Alrighty, I think we are live for the VFL Taj Hotton party, or Watchalong party. I got that mixed up. With the Richmond VFL taking on the Bulldogs today at Marvel as a curtain raiser ahead of the AFL game, of course, which is happening later on this afternoon. But we thought we would need to have to watch Taj Hotton playing his first game of VFL football in the yellow and black, which would be very, very exciting. I know it's been a long time coming, not only for him, but for a lot of us who obviously realised the talent this kid has, which was very exciting when he got drafted. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we see him get a couple of possessions and a few goals. I mean, that might be asking a little bit too much, but I think I've got my prediction down as Taj Hotton for 15 disposals. So we'll see how that goes. But make sure if you're in chat, drop in, say good day. Always happy to talk footy. We'll run a few polls and stuff along the way. But it should be actually a really, really good game for the VFL. I believe the Bulldogs, I have to bring up my ladder, but I think the Bulldogs are actually going okay on the VFL front as well. Where are we? Ladder. I was meant to have this pulled up beforehand. So yeah, Bulldogs are 6th, and we've dropped down to 9th. But a couple of teams have played some other games. So Box Hill have already played 9 games, and we've only played 7, so they're 2 ahead of us. Melbourne have only played... Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's not right. Played 11. Okay, so we are still 1 game behind, but so are Footscray. This will be the one to catch up. So, yeah, Bulldogs are 6th. Tigers are 9th, so we're fighting to get back into the 8. Where would a win take us? A win would actually put us up to 3rd. Wow, that's a pretty tight bunch there. Michelle, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, okay, so 9th to 3rd if we happen to win. Fascinating. So a bit on the line today for this particular game, which is good. And then, yeah, obviously, of course, we've got the main AFL game happening at, was it 3:20, I think it is, at Marvel, which would be, yes, a very interesting game. I do have some concerns about that game, it must be said, but we give ourselves the best chance possible, I suppose, as the players are warming up out on the ground currently. So they've got the team up on the screen. I don't think that's really a lineup, but Sam Toner's back in, which is interesting. It was good to see him. Good to see him back. He was a player that was actually drawing a little bit of interest in the mid-season draft as well, I'd heard, but obviously didn't get selected. So he's still with us, which is good. I'm trying to get my volume just right. G'day, Jamie. There's been mixed things. I'm pretty sure Uze said in his press conference that Taj will play 3 quarters, but it could be a half of game time spread out across 3 quarters, kind of like what they did for Dion Prestia. I'm just guessing there. I don't know one way or another, but I mean, I think it's safe to say he won't play the full game. But yeah, hopefully we see. It'd be great if it was spread out across 3 quarters, but it just might mean he's not on the ground for longer periods of time in the middle of quarters, if that makes sense. Noel, how are you, mate? Hope you're doing well. So the easiest way to try and sync up here, so I'm watching it via the AFL website, the Watch Now button. If you see the game start, hit pause when the umpire bounces the ball, and I will let you know when my screen catches up so you can sort of hit play again and sync up. It's the easiest way to do it. I'll try and give some frequent timestamps as well, if I can remember to do so. But we'll see how we go. Looks like Morris is starting in the midfield, which is good, with Hayes Brown in the centre as well. Blight heading down to defence. It's actually going to be a fascinating game to see how Morris goes in the back line again. In the midfield again. Where's my VFL stats gone? There we go. So yeah, if you see the game start, if you see the umpire bounce the ball, hit pause, and then that way we can sync up. So the umpire, they're just looking around a little bit. Players are getting ready, set to go. Umpire's holding the ball aloft. And I reckon he's going to put the ball down now. Game is underway at Marvel Stadium. And we get the first clearance. Oh. Gee, is it just me or is the camera blurry AF? It would be good if they could use the proper broadcast cameras. Move that camera, that timer over. Yeah, potentially, Brady. That's why I said at the start, if you are watching along, you'd have to pause yours and then hit play as it starts on my screen. So, Cozzy with a nice little mark there. Does the camera keep going blurry for everyone else for the game, out of interest? Hopefully it's not too far behind. Okay, Dan, you can watch the VFL game via the AFL website or the AFL app. If you go to, so when you go to the AFL site or the app and you click on fixtures to look at your normal AFL fixturing, there should be a drop down and you should be able to change it to VFL Premiership season. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the listed games, Richmond Bulldogs should be last. Then you should be able to click on that and hit watch now. And then you should be able to watch the game. No, okay, I'm glad it's not just my screen then. Yeah, because I'm like, are my eyes playing tricks on me? As the Bulldogs come in for the first score of the game. Gee, they're really struggling with the focus here of the cameras. We're all going to leave this with vertigo or some type of eye condition at this rate. Just keep it focused. Or just use the AFL cameras. So if you've seen the Bulldogs goal already, the first one, and they are just about to bounce the ball in the middle, hit pause, and then that way when mine rebounces, I can let you know, and we can sync up for those wishing to do so. But not a good start with the Doggies getting the first one of the day. Good to see a few people in there already, though, in the bottom level. So we've got 2 minutes, 13 gone. Play still yet to begin on my screen, so if you do want to hit pause, feel free to do so. The umpire is getting ready to bounce the ball. If you're wanting to unpause, he's about to bounce the ball in 3, 2, 1. We're underway again for the second bounce. Hopefully that helped with a few sync-ups as the camera is off. What was the game we were watching together last time that was shithouse? Oh, big collision inside 50. Is that Bauer? Yeah, Bauer and a bit of a head clash. That's fair call, Ash. It could be a blessing. I get what you're saying. Someone's clearly just messing with the focus. I don't know. What's it called? Is it a dial? Who knows? But just stop. Yeah, it might be one of the National Champs games or a Sanford game I was watching where you just couldn't see shit. And given we are at a state-of-the-art ground, not a good start. Good to see Morris almost get his hands on the footy there early. Like I said before, I think I lost my train of thought, but a big game ahead for him. He's had 2 pretty good games in a row. I know last week, or the Sydney game, sorry, he wasn't really playing as much in he wasn't playing much in the centre circle. A lot, he was kind of doing a bit of a hybrid role, but he still got 17 touches after he come off with a bit of a knock early. So keen to see if he can reproduce that 25 possession type game that he had in his first stint in the midfield. Good pressure in the forward line. McKelty chasing people down. This is why I think he'll be an asset. I know he didn't stick that tackle there, but this is why I think he'll be an asset at AFL level. That's a great exit kick from the Bulldogs. As much as we obviously all love, this is horrible blurry vision. As much as we love Tom Lynch and what he does for us, he does a lot of other things for us. The one thing he's not able to do anymore is he can't really apply that front-on pressure and shut down those exit kicks, which is what Lafau was doing really well then. And I think that would make a big difference to the way we defend the ground. I think at the moment, teams can switch the ball out of our forward line a little bit too easily because we don't have that pace on that very high line. Jacob Blight takes a nice mark. Seems to be a relatively high-pressured game, which is good. What's everyone's predictions for the game? Has anyone got any individual player predictions, whether it's about Taj or Lafau or Morris, whatever it might be? Anyone got any extra thoughts? What about 50 for not giving the ball back? How long are you going to give him? Jeez, he got away with one there. Was that Jure? He got away with one massively. Oh, El Nor with the overlap. Oh, that's a shit-house kick, though. Oh, good hit forward. Not a bad mini recovery there. Liam George. Good kick. Oh, you got to hold that. Is that Bauer? Tough kick from here for Jacob Bauer. He's actually had not a bad game or two recently either. Prior to that, I thought his attitude was a little bit stinky, to be honest, but he seems to have, I don't know, turned it around a little bit. He's not flying for Mark of the Year every contest, which is nice, just doing the team things. But this is a tough kick from goal, about 48 metres on the boundary. Pretty much going to the hot spot. Can't see shit because it went blurry again. It's out of bounds. I think McKelty went for a mark there. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen here. Taj Hotton's going to kick goal of the year, and none of us are going to see shit because it's blurry. Mark my words. Bit of forward 50 stoppage work. Got the tap down there after re-signing, which was good. Oh, that's a really harsh holding the ball. My goodness. Just trying to find our feet a little bit here. He's overcooked that kick. Nor pumps it forward. We've got some numbers here. McKelty's been shoved out. Oh my gosh. Is that Forcett running back with a fly? It's unlucky. I feel like, yeah, Lafau copped a bit of a shove there. Another stoppage inside forward 50. I was about to say the same thing, Rob. It honestly does feel like it's a work experience thing. Someone just getting a bit of airtime to work on their craft. Good shepherd from McKelty. I love that he just tries to find the body. That bloke's sore too. Oh, who was that? Can't tell. Oh, McKelty fends off one. Handballs it back. We've got numbers everywhere. That's a good tackle. It's probably holding the ball. No, play on. Oh, good tackles that Morris. Run down. Great tackle. Good speed. Pressure from both sides is actually quite good out here. Then, I know we talk about Morris a little bit, but that's the kind of thing you want to see from him. And I know I've said I don't think he'll make it as a full-blown small forward, but if he's kind of like in that area because of a stoppage, he can chase down those players on the exit and get reward like that. Hopefully he can convert. But that was a really, really good tackle. What's it going to be about? Yeah, 48, 49. Not too much angle, but this might be right on his distance here. No wind, so that's obviously going to help. Morris Jr. strolls in. Oh, the distance will be okay, but it slid across. Tigers on the board with one behind. Geez, Johannesson playing VFL. I haven't paid ultra close attention to the Bulldogs team, to be fair, but has he been playing there for a few weeks? Always just associated him with being a player that would just play AFL footy most weeks, I guess. Is that Cozzy again? Tell you what, Cozzy's had a good game so far. Intercept marking. Doing right. As we go inside 50. Oh, good. Oh, jeez. Unlucky not to be paid a mark there. I think it probably did hit the ground. Damien, good morning. Hope you're doing well. A big cleaner in the ruck. Gets his hand to it. That's the value of having a 295 centimetre person. Oh, is that right, Cameron? Okay, that makes sense then, because yeah, he's usually a pretty quality player, isn't he? I just wasn't sure if he was maybe being phased out or anything like that. But I know Johannesson's given us some troubles in the past, hasn't he? Good kick. Oh, Bauer, sell some candy. If you don't mind, from the big man. Gets it in long. Is that Hayes Brown at the back? Oh, the snack pack's missed it. Razzo almost chasing down. Oh, dangerous kick inboard. Oh, that's a... Jeez. I reckon Rioli went to try and mark that rather than trying to actually spoil it. But the Bulldogs have turned it over. Good pressure in the middle part of the ground here. Bauer fires the handball out. Got to get that in there. Good kick. Is that the tap? Big Forcett. What do we think about Forcett signing on for another year, folks? Extended till the end of 2026. I know that a lot of us on the Monday show had him as one that... Not necessarily that we were going to delist, but I really thought that he might have asked for opportunity elsewhere, just given the players we drafted. So I'm really glad that he's backing himself in and reckons he can force his way in as he strolls in for goal. That looks okay off the boot from the tap. Good kick, Liam Forcett. Well done. Good goal. That's a good... I mean, the mark was uncontested, but he got into space nicely and finished well. That's a great goal on the back of the contract extension. But... yeah, I think it speaks a lot about him as a person that he's willing and wanting to back himself to get past like your Sims, your Falls, your Armstrongs. He's backing himself in to get into the side, and I really respect it. And the club obviously back him in as well. Dan, welcome. So yeah, I'm all for having the tab. I think he's got a lot of good traits. Obviously, he came in for that game against, was it Port Adelaide when Tom Lynch was not playing? And did okay. I thought he did all right. And yeah, exactly right, Cam. It's just an opportunity thing. And I think he'll definitely get some more senior opportunities as the year goes on. I know there's really not that long left, to be honest, but I do think he'll get another chance at some stage. And kicking a goal early days obviously is a nice little start. But like the game he played in the seniors, he played a pretty good game and didn't do anything wrong. It was just the fact that Lynch was coming back the following week that probably determined his fate more than anything else. As the Bulldogs, they've absolutely botched that. Well, Rob likes Forcett. I think AFL game he had was really good. Agree. And he deserves more chances. Agree. And like I said, again, he didn't do anything wrong to be dropped. It was just that it was Lynch coming back in. It was just a bit of a circumstantial situation for him. Oh, Razzo, nice little pick up there. Lady Hawk, glad that the tap re-signed. Yeah, and exactly, the glandular fever's a good point. I mean, I know he's been on the list, is it 3 years now, I think it is? But with that glandular fever, he's essentially missed the entire first year. So in a lot of ways, this year was his like second or his first year in some ways. But was there someone else on our list that had glandular fever at one point in time that wiped him out? I could have sworn there was someone else. But yeah, I'm glad that he's been re-signed. I think he shows some good AFL qualities. Kalina wins the ruck tap again. I really wish he would come on how I would hope. Just to have a tall guy that big. Is that right, Rogue? I can't hear the audio, so I'm not too sure what they're saying, but Taj is, well, he's meant to be playing. I haven't seen him on the field yet. Rogue just mentioned they're saying Taj has gone back into the rooms, but I can't hear the audio, so I'm not too sure what's happening in that space. As Razzo takes a mark inside 50. He definitely didn't start on the ground, but like I said, I haven't got the audio on, so I don't know what's happening in that space. If anyone does, feel free to let us know what the commentators are saying. Yeah, exactly. It does give him a true body. And I think what they like about Forcett too is Razzo comes in for his set shots. He's got it. He snuck it home, Razzo. I shouldn't say snuck it home. It was pretty much through the middle, wasn't it? I've probably done him an injustice there. Yeah, so Forcett's ruck work has been okay too. Like he's just started to do some tap work. Oh, that was a good pun, wasn't it? He hasn't really done much of that before, but now that we've got Kalina back and Hayes Brown, he probably doesn't have much use for that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Maybe he does some forward line ruck work potentially. Yeah, well, I came here for Taj too, Rick. We're just waiting to see him. So what? Yeah, Taj went into the rooms with a warm-up top on. I mean, unless they're planning to unleash him as the game gets on. Possibly, Rogue, possibly. I mean, when it comes to managing minutes, whether it's playing that's a shocking bounce, whether it's playing a half or whatever it might be, I suppose there's no real right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever you see fit. Tigers working out the midfield again. Good mark on the wing. Why would he play no minutes at all? That doesn't make sense. Why would they do this to us? Not a bad start, though. I think we've settled a bit here now, which is good. Oh, good inside 50 there. Oh, good mark. Oh, no, not a mark? Okay, right. I thought he had a reasonable amount of that ball. Good tackle. Do they usually play first or second? I mean, history would suggest that they would play the first half, but that's not really a set in stone. It's not really a rule or anything. It's just more of a whatever the club prefers, I guess. What else we got? I feel like him playing later half might be better. Let him run the mid when the other boys are a bit pumped. Yeah, maybe there is some rationale behind that. Like I said, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. 23rd man, but I mean, who's like categorically said he's playing some football minutes. What an anticlimax this would be, folks, if he doesn't play. Got a graphic and everything. Dan, if Taj isn't playing, I'll have to stop ignoring my kids. Very good. Surely nothing. Well, I mean, I'm sure we would have heard something by now. Maybe is it worth keeping an eye on the Tiger VFL Twitter as well, potentially? Yeah, maybe it's just a timing thing. Maybe they'll unleash him afterwards. I need the audio from the game to make up the awful video. Yeah, the blurriness is not much fun. That's not a bad shout either. Maybe they play him when there's more fans in the house. Let him feel the love. No, agree, Harvey. Agree. I mean, he was on there, even on the team sheet graphic or whatever they pop up for the VFL before the game. He was still definitely on there. He's definitely on the list on the stat sheet as well. But yeah, maybe they're just being a bit more strategic about when they unleash him. As Tyler Young flies for a mark. Yeah, Alnor and Razzo, I thought at least one of them might have got picked up as well in the mid-season draft. Unfortunately, though, as much as we obviously love having them on our list, I really don't think they'd be the right fit for our senior club. Just because of the amount of players we've got in similar spots. Like you look at Alnor, for example, we've already got 8 key position defenders. So adding him may just mean he's playing VFL as a AFL listed player, which would seem a little bit pointless. So I feel like if he was going to get picked up, you would almost rather it, for his sake, be by a different club who has a need for him, like how West Coast needed McCarthy, who could potentially win their best and fairest on the back of about 8 games. And even Razzo, like we've got Steely Green, Mansell, Seth Campbell, Jasper. I mean, would Razzo get a game ahead of them? I'm not sure. It's a really interesting one. But I'm sure they'll fit somewhere for someone. It's just the timing. So I guess their next opportunity will be the national draft, I suppose, and then the rookie draft after that. As we go down to the wing, have a little inside handball. There was a comment I saw that looks maybe it was deleted. You better be playing. Still can't believe. Yep. All he's said is he'll play a half over 3/4. So maybe they let him sit for quarter one. Let the sting come out of the game a little bit. Who knows? But no, Scudishy has not taken the field as yet. Apparently still in a warm-up top. Yeah, I've got Jasper for 2 goals as well, Dave. That's my prediction for the main game. Jasper for 2. But yeah, so Uze's saying it's playing a half over 3/4. That's right. It doesn't necessarily mean he has to play from the start, does it? He can kind of come on and do that. Possibly Melanie, yeah, could go in there to complete or do an extra warm-up to play the last 3. That's most definitely a possibility. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason why you would have to play him from the very start of the game as the Bulldogs kick a goal. Elga 2 goals, paying $2. Okay. Gee, I feel like that's really short odds. That's interesting. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing Jasper Strutty's stuff. Disposal-wise, we've got Lockie Street leading the way on 6, Tyler Young 5, Lockie Wilson 5, Razzo 5, Mackenzie 5, George 5, Cozzy 4, Austin Johnson 4, Jacob Bauer 4, Harry Scott 3, Elnor 3, Blight 3, Trezise 2, Morris the 1, a heap of individual ones. Forcett with 1 kick, 1 mark, 1 goal. Very good efficiencies there from the big tap. As we're back into the middle. Yeah, I know, it hasn't been great. Potentially, I'm not even saying it facetiously, but potentially it could be a work experience type kid or a junior coming through the ranks, just getting some exposure on filming a live game. There's a genuine chance that could be the case. As Blight takes an intercept mark deep in the back line. Yeah, I reckon those odds are very short, Dan. That's quite surprising. I mean, if you were to consider like Steely Green, for example, I would be shocked if Steely Green was ever $2 to kick 2 goals in a game. We're just working our way down the wing here. 23 minutes gone. Good spoil. Geez, Hayes Brown didn't even jump then. He just put his hand up in the air to spoil that. Big unit. No, awesome. Not on yet. Not on. So there's potentially he might play the last 3/4 or the last half. But no, hasn't taken the field as yet. Being filmed on a Nokia N95. It's like the goal line technology. May as well be filmed on a Nokia. Good mark. I find it really interesting how well our VFL side continue to go, given that they don't have Sonzi running around today, who's obviously been pretty prolific for the VFL team, and McCarthy's obviously now at West Coast. Yeah, no, I think all of us thought we were having some eye problems, Greystoke, but no, it's definitely happening for everyone, unfortunately. It just seems to be when the ball shifts. Oh, free kick against Hayes Brown, deep in the forward line there. It's hard to believe that if we win this, we can end up being 3rd. From currently sitting 9th. Crazy. Oh, jeez, he's just hit that target. Did everybody watch? I'm not sure why you would watch this, but anyone watch the North Melbourne Carlton game yesterday? Good tackle, Morris. How is that not dropping the ball? Precise, good handball out. Get rid of it. Oh, no one was telling him there. Yeah, I mean, the Kangas really... The Kangas really should have... well, they belted him by that last 5 minutes where the Kangaroos switched off. Quite extraordinary. Being streamed on a dial-up modem, essentially. That's what it feels like. Oh, good tackle from Morris. Got rewarded, but we've taken advantage. Oh, that's a free kick. Yep. Nobby, AFL, no expense spared, making sure its fans can follow the game. I know. The only thing worse than this is a night Sandful game in the under-18s. Try watching that when the ball's on the far side of the ground. You literally can hardly tell who's out there. And I know it's obviously a big step down from AFL, but the players should be told to stop moving so the camera stays focused. Slow the game down, everybody. Slow the game down. The Blues, it was disastrous, Rogue. Like I said, for that middle section of the game, North Melbourne comprehensively smashed them. And I think back to our game against North Melbourne, and they were starting to do it then, but they just turned games into like a really ultra contested game style, and it keeps them in it. It keeps them in it for a while. McKercher looked really good after I probably shit-canned him a few days prior, saying he's had a nightmare second season. But yeah, they did well, and that end margin didn't reflect how dominant North Melbourne were. They just switched off for 5 minutes at the end, and the Blues got back into it. But out in the full, will Voss last the week? If you ask Carlton supporters, they'll say no. I think he will. Who have they got next? I'm not sure who they've got next, but it'll be interesting to see if there's more of that. I mean, they're still only just outside the 8. Having said that, I guess the expectation for them is most definitely they should be in the top 4, really, let alone trying to fight to get into the 8. There's the Bulldogs, another flying shot at goal. Slid in for a behind. But yeah, for me, the bigger play for me with the Carlton thing is I really do think that games and moments like that can maybe play a part with the Cody Walker situation. Maybe I'm being ultra hopeful. Like I said, I still stand by that it's not done and dusted. But if you're looking at both clubs from who's going to be a bit better long term, it's definitely not them. They are in a world of pain at the moment. The Blues, oh, good spoil, but it's gone straight to the Doggies. Oh, and they've converted. Jeez, that's always dangerous spoiling if no one can then clean up straight away. Lockie Jarks just snags on from about 45. No way Carlton keep Voss. I think ultimately they'll have to part ways at some point in the near future. Nobby, Voss isn't the problem at Carlton. Maybe not the full problem, but I'm guessing he must be a little bit of it. What do you reckon the big problem is? They've got Port. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, losing to Richmond North in the 1 year as well. Like, Jesus. Not what you want to be doing. Scared it's going to spread up and get me. Seeing Carlton fans burn their scars in the fireplace was hilarious. Was it, I saw a photo of like a smashed window at the Carlton merchandise shop at Icon Park. Was that legit? Did people really smash the window there at the club? Or is that just a bit of an AI bullshittery photo? Port vs Carlton Thursday night. It almost does become very much watch football, doesn't it? Skoosh was having a yarn with the Flea yesterday, 20-year premiership anniversary. He was pretty excited about Taj and all the other draftees. His son plays for Strathmore. Did we have a look? I'm not too sure if we ever looked at him for father-son. How old's his son now? As we've hit quarter time for the VFL. Taj is 24, Jack, but he hasn't taken the field yet, so we're kind of hoping that it's they're just leaving him off for the first quarter and then bring him on for the second, third, and maybe some of the fourth. If anyone's at the ground, though, let us know if you see him out there in the huddle, because we obviously won't see that while the commercials are on. Many believe the issue is corporatism at Carlton, not enough focus on being a football club. I mean, that helps us short term when, when they've got to make a decision, well, when you've got someone like Cody Walker coming through your ranks. Interesting. Hopefully J2, otherwise this will be very anticlimactic that we've, not just us, but everyone's been super excited about seeing him on the back of the announcement. The club's not making a post about Hotton playing if he's not going to play minutes, surely. It's just a matter of when, I think. Just a matter of when. I think you're in mid-20s now, okay. The other one that I've heard coming through is Matthew Knight's son, who has been playing as a key forward recently. Which is interesting. Well, on the back of some of I know it's a Richmond bloody show, but we'll do a poll about Michael Voss because we can. Will Voss see the year out? There you go. First poll in the chat, folks. Will Voss see the year out? Let us know what you think. It's going to be fascinating to see how it all transpires. I guess there's always been a lot of pressure on Ken Hinkley for a lot of years, like we would all have seen. But now that they've kind of fully announced that succession plan, he can probably just walk away if shit keeps going south and no one really says too much. The Voss part is, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Many of their recruits have been putrid. Cripps looks off it. Yeah, he didn't look too good, did he? And you got to think as well, Shane. I'm definitely talking from a long-term perspective, but De Koning's going to probably leave. One of Mackay or Kerno could potentially go. Cripps is getting towards 30s. So is Wiedering. So is Mackay and Kerno if they stay. And they just don't have much coming through, I don't think. Not compared to what we've got coming through anyway. Any hints on the play we're into from Vic Club? What line does he play in? I don't think Tiggs has revealed that. So the only thing that he said publicly was it's a best 22 player from a Vic club. That's all. I'm only going to say what he has said so far. I don't want to go over and above what he's been saying. Can we keep it... J2, yeah, I don't know. Can we keep it competitive for 4 quarters? The game truly scares me, this one this afternoon. You look at all the stats, like the key indicators when you talk about contested possession, clearances, all things like that. The Bulldogs are statistically in the top 2 or 3 for most of them, and we're in the bottom 2 or 3 for most of them. So we are at polar opposites of them in very strong categories, and it worries me. Look, maybe we see another Gold Coast or a GWS type performance, and it's something we don't expect. That's what it will take, though. I still think if we can keep it under 40. I know that sounds awful. I'd be happy. New mic? No. Why does it sound better or worse? It's a little bit further away because I've got my keyboard in front of me now to be able to type shit in the poll, so it's not right on the edge of my table. But no, same mic. Hopefully it doesn't sound worse, though. Jack Webb. Voss might be the first coach to be sacked with aura. Very good. It's not Sardis. To Sardis, I can't remember how to say it. It's not him, though. He's not best 22. Is Knight son a left footer? I'm actually not too sure. I don't know what foot he is. But yeah, all I heard was that Knight son was playing as a key forward. But I don't know if that was kind of like a makeshift position or what the go was there. Should we have a crack at getting Charlie Curnow? Nah. I wouldn't like him personally. I don't know. You'd want someone a little bit younger, I reckon. If Lynch leaves, for example. I mean, obviously we hope Lynch stays, but yeah, I think Lynch will stay, but he's also getting slower before he's getting quicker. You'd still love a Cadman, wouldn't you? I know that's probably a very big pipe dream, but just that middle-aged type player. Yeah, so my thing as well, I kind of agree with you, Shane, about the pace side of things. Like, I think about when teams exit our defensive half from like a deep mark in our forward line or a kick out, and they've got just Tom Lynch there chasing him, it's too easy to get it out of there. We need a bit of speed up there to be able to chop them all off. Taj hasn't gone onto the ground yet. No, he didn't play the first quarter. We're guessing that was strategic. There's been no mention otherwise on that front whatsoever. So we're hoping when the screen comes back on that we see number 24 out there. But no, he did not play in the first quarter. But Uze did say he's going to play a half over 3 quarters or something to that effect. So maybe it's the middle part of the game and the back part of the game. Oh, good that there's good feedback on the mic sounding better. That's interesting. There you go. Maybe I found a new spot for it. And Dan, that's exactly why I'm very bullish on the Cody Walker thing. I know it's still maybe unlikely, but they're about to bottom out right as Tassie enter, and it's going to be a long, long way back. And by the time that happens, we're going to be 2 or 3 years into our build, and surely that's a more attractive, when it comes to where you're going to play your best football, surely that plays a part. Surely. Brody Kemp, I haven't heard that name too often. Yeah, Hotton was on the bench for the first quarter, Peter. We're not sure if he's out there yet because it's still got the score on the screen with the black background behind it, but hopefully he's out there for the second quarter. Well, it started. Oh, didn't do the clock. God damn it. Well, my clock will be a little bit out, but it's on nonetheless. Oh, there's Taj. He's just got an inside 50. Oh, God, he's out there. He's out there. He's out of possession in about 30 seconds. It did turn over, but that caught me by surprise that he was even out there. Jesus. We have Hotton. We have lift-off, folks. We have lift-off. Thank God for that. I mean, if nothing else, that's put a lot of minds at ease, including my own. A lot of love for Taj in the chat. Drop a 24 in the chat for Taj. Now we're on Taj Watts, folks. Let's get it to him. Get him the ball. Oh, no. Oh, it's a free kick. To the tap. Where's Hotton? Just kick it to him. He does. And it's another one, Dan, similar to turn over and get him off. Are we going the dud to list line already, J-Tube? I know we try and deliberately avoid the Dusty comparisons for Lawler, and I'm really trying to avoid the Bolton Edwards comparison for Hotton. But geez, he moves and looks like him. As Forcett comes in and kicks. Oh, Jesus. He ran into the post. Was that Hotton who hit the post? It's behind, though. I reckon he ran into the goalpost then, Taj. What a moment for him, though, just to be out there playing footy. Sub him, yeah, Ash, sub him off. Bring him on for the AFL game. Yeah, fair enough. He's standing the mark there beautifully. Just cause. Oh, McKelty, eyes on the ball. Good boy. Oh, he's burnt him. Go. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. Unlucky. Right idea, Lafau there. He didn't have many other options or ways to kick that. Good defending from the Bulldogs to cover off there. Otherwise, Forcett has that. Was he in the centre clearance? Was he in the centre square for the start of the quarter, or did he start on a wing or half forward? We kind of missed the first 15 seconds because it was still showing the score. Yeah, Palmer, I thought McKelty was going to play seniors today as well. I agree. I thought he was going to. But, look, I think McKelty will definitely get a chance. I'm trying to bring me bloody stats up. I think McKelty will definitely get a chance in the near future. I think what might have saved Fall and Sims was the bye. Like giving them that week off to freshen up. I reckon that's been a bit of a saving grace. Oh, the Dogs have responded early with a goal. Yeah, Lefau's doing all right. I agree with his closing speed. I think that will be very valuable for us up front. But yeah, it's just how do we fit him in? Let's see where Taj lines up here. I think that's him running through the middle of the ground, going to the half forward line. And it's good because Taj believes he's a midfielder too. Like, he wants to play midfield. Lefau, yeah, agree, Michelle. Yeah, hey, that wasn't good defence, was it? It wasn't good defence. I think Hayes Brown will definitely stay, J2. I shouldn't say definitely because it's not really my call, but I think he'll stay. I think Kalina might be the one that's in trouble, which is really difficult because I know we really mismanaged his back injury last year, and I'm glad we kept him on this year, but I just don't know if we can keep rolling with Hayes Brown. Oh, Morris, go. With Hayes Brown, Kalina, and like Samson, Ryan, and Forcett. Some good double efforts there from Morris. Well done. We're getting into midfield. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Taj. Get out of his way. For fuck's sake. Just kick the goal. Kick the goal. No, he's going to pass it. Ah, boo. Oh, good pass into the pocket. Good mark from Taj, going back with the flight of the ball. He's already getting involved early since being on the ground, so he knows how to find the footy. He's just sitting off the back of the stoppage here. He's going to get dangerous. Kick it off. I can get right behind that. Oh, God, I've nearly spilt the ball there. Jacob Bauer takes a mark. Taj is a midfield, 100%. I think long-term, definitely, Dave. I agree. He'll probably have to ply his craft a little bit as a half forward to get some minutes on the midfield. But, like, next year, we're going to be trying to fit Lawler, Smiley, Hotton into the midfield, along with Taranto, Hopper, McAuliffe, Ross, whoever else is running through there too. So it's going to be very interesting. Palmer, who do you think comes back first to the AFL, Blight or Young? I think Blight will. For me, Blight's definitely next in line. His game probably hasn't been as good today as what his previous ones were so far, as Bauer kicks it behind. But prior to today, he was averaging like 23 disposals and almost 10 marks a game as a defender. So I think he was named as emergency today from memory. So I think he will come in sooner rather than later if a spot opens up. Yeah, the efficiency inside 50 is a killer. Good shout. 2 inside 50s, really. Yeah, I agree, Skadoosh. For me, Rioli is midfielder or bust. I really loved those 2 efforts he had in there. Was that Hotton again at the bottom of the pack, coming off the ground? 56 for us is Lockie Wilson, Rogue. Lockie Wilson. Forcett and Lefau patrol. Good tackle. That has to be dropping the ball. Oh, Toner's gone deep to Razzo. That is a shit way to have to try and mark a ball, I'm not going to lie. John, Lynch's stats aren't that great if Fall and Sims are part of the future. Why do you persist with dropping those two? Because we need to have a mature body down there, John. If you play... I already think that we've got too many lighter bodies up forward anyway. As much as I love what Sims and Fall are going to be, I think... So basically, my rationale is, with Lynch, Fall and Sims... Unfortunately, Fall and Sims aren't able to compete at a high enough level for 4 quarters yet. It's just where they're at with their body and whatever. It's fine. But what that means is we might be getting 50 inside 50s a game, but 25 of them are being marked by the opposition. So we're actually cutting out our own small forwards from the game and our other forwards because of our inability to bring the ball to ground. So we're not able to score goals or give ourselves a chance to score goals because it's too easy for opposition defenders to peel off Fall and Sims because they're not posing a real genuine threat because they're just not big enough yet to just keep double and triple teaming Lynch. And then the add-on of that is we're actually burning Lynch out by him shouldering the load like that substantially. And they're going to learn a bit off Lynch as well in the way of a bit of forward craft. But I still think from a team balance perspective, I really think the best balance would be Lynch, Lefau, and then one of Sims or Fall, and then rotate them around. But it depends on what you're trying to do. Like, I think by doing what I suggested we would have won a couple of those other closer games had we had that mix. I think it would keep us in games a bit longer, but then you obviously don't get the benefit of fast-tracking development of both of them at the same time. But then you need to understand that you're probably going to lose more games than you'll win because we just won't have the ability yet to kick a big enough score, which will come in time. And like I said, I don't want to say it's not a shot at Sims or Fall because, like I said, I think they're going to be unbelievably good players. But for the now, I'm just not sure how it functions with both of them in there. That's all. Forcett's a bit unco. J2. Oh, he played footy with Lockie Wilson. Genuine gun. Nice. He seems like a ripper out there, to be honest. He seems very good. Hotton is 24. We also have a 74. And with the image quality, mate, Rob, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to try and pick this up, isn't it? We almost need a Taj to have some distinctive feature like bright pink boots or, I don't know, a ridiculous haircut of some type. But even then, you can't really tell shit from this camera angle, can you? He's really just getting drafted. 3 clubs spoke to him, did they really? Oh, go. We've kept that in too. Go. Oh, get him, Lafau. You are not breaking that tackle. Boy, geez, we really should have done better there. Should have done better. Lynch's experience out in the field. It will. I just wouldn't mind seeing what it looked like with one of them out there. Because it's almost more one-on-one coaching. I don't know. Depends on what you want to achieve, I guess. Another inside 50 for the Tigers with a blast kick. Lafau flying for everything. Like, we've even seen today, right, from what Lafau's doing here, just how much more dynamic it would make our forward line. As Marley's getting excited about Lafau getting a couple of touches. Blight, you reckon, Dabo? Look, I think that if we are to enter a legit trade discussion with West Coast for Harley Reid, if that is to eventuate, now with the retirement of McGovern, they obviously lost Barras last year. I think that definitely plays a piece in the puzzle. And I know West Coast supporters have said that they would rather maybe someone like Zach Reid from Essendon because his brother Archer plays at West Coast, so I get all that. But maybe he doesn't want to go. And Blight's got the WA go-home factor potentially. We don't know what his thoughts are. But you would think that if we were to enter legit negotiations, that would form part of the deal based on them having it as a need. And Blight would obviously then get a ton more game time at AFL level, which would annoy me because I think he's got good AFL traits as he just takes another mark and switches across to Elnor. But you couldn't blame the kid for wanting to do it. As Blight's run on again, he's run the length of the ground here, or the width of the ground here. Good left foot kick. Oh, I thought that was Taj, but it's Scott. He's just skied that. He's under that one. Good mark. Well done. It worked his way to the front nicely there. Inside 50 we go. No good. No good. Yeah, I don't know what pick it'd be worth. It'd be part of a bundle deal of some kind. Yeah, Taj has been off. He came off the ground before. I saw him running through the middle of the ground. Anyone of our experienced players can fill the on-field coaching role. I think from a forward craft perspective, it does need to be Lynch. I think his footy IQ and smarts, the fact he's obviously a leader as well, having been captain, I think that it's more beneficial to have him imparting his knowledge. Like if we're comparing Lynch and Lafau, for example, I'm going to say that Lynch has got a bit better footy IQ in the forward area than what Lafau does at this point in time. But they just need some support ultimately. Oh, Razzo almost weaved his way through. Oh, Morris. Got one high there. No love for Morris. Unlucky. We've seen what Lafau could do without Lynch last year. Yeah, exactly right. We've said that a few times that yeah, Lafau had to shoulder the load of the whole forward line last year due to some real shit circumstances. And I think he'll benefit greatly from playing on the second best defender. And that's probably my other thing as well, that if Lafau plays with Lynch, they get the defender 1 and 2, right? Then whoever's left of Fall and Sims gets the third defender. And that maybe gives them a chance to dominate and to do some nice things too, as Forcett hasn't got the ball there being held. So it's a bit of a knock-on effect, but maybe that'll come in time. Yeah, Morris doing well, Michelle. Again, I think it's midfield or nothing for him. He's shown some good signs there again today. But get Taj back on, god damn it. Jesus. What's the conversation about? It was either touched or hit the post, one of the two. Or handballed over the line by the Bulldogs player. Not much to discuss there, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, so Taj Hotton, 2 disposals, 1 mark. We need him back on the ground, though. Trezise looping around. Oh. Morris is 100% a mid, isn't he? 100%. I agree, Dan. The really unfortunate part about that, though, is we've obviously just picked up a whole heap of midfielders with Smiley and Lawler, Hotton, and you've still got, like, for the next foreseeable future, let's call it 3 to 5 years, you've still got Taranto, Hopper. There's still going to be McAuliffe. I don't know who that was, but it was a behind. So, yeah, it's just, even though I do really believe that Morris is a midfielder, I'm just not sure what he'll have to do to crack it into the AFL midfield. Because the worry would be that he'll do really well at VFL level. I think Taj is back on here, folks, just in the forward line there with the white boots. But, yeah, Morris might do plenty to get warranted of an AFL game, but then they'll play him as a forward pocket or a half forward. So it's interesting. I would love to see how Morris would go in the midfield at AFL level if his form warrants it. I think it would be a good thing to see. I think it would change the dynamic of our midfield substantially, which I think we need. Where's Taj? Oh, he was there. Oh, Trezise didn't really have the ball then, but anyway. Geez, the Bulldogs are out here. Let us 15 mil over 10 years is a lot to pay for Reed. I don't think we're paying. If we're in the race, we're not paying that. Yeah, I don't. So, from what Tig said on the show the other week, that's not the That's not the real numbers. That's the media numbers. Was that Taj? Oh, Tajy boy. Oh. Hey, Lafau with the mark. Taj with the little dart across mark and inside 50 to Lafau. I think he miskicked that, if I'm being honest. But it hit the target nonetheless, and Lafau's taken a mark. And Taj is just lighting things up here at Marvel. I'm not sure who said it before. Let's just take him off the ground and suit him up for the ones in a couple of hours. Dabo, wow, you know I'm a big fan of moving the ball on quickly. As Lafau comes in and converts the transaction. McKelty on the board from a great bit of play there from Taj Hotton. Very good. He's had 3 kicks for 3 inside 50s. What a start. A lot of love for Taj. I'm going back through the comments. Yeah, can't get him in the team. Such a weird... Yeah, I know. Dan, it's such a weird feeling. You're bang on, mate. Such a weird place to be in a poor side, but so much competition for spots. It's bizarre. And like we keep talking about that there's some genuine selection headaches. I guess it's a headache because they're young kids and we're needing them to develop and grow. So whilst we might lose the game, we're gaining the experience, and it's just a fight for who can get the experience at the top level. It's quite an odd set of circumstances. Like, I'm not sure in the history of the draft has a club ever picked up 8 players in the one draft that have all seemingly been handy as Taj Hotton hasn't got it. Jeez. Taj hard done by. But yeah, Taj moving on quickly. You'll love to see it. Nothing excites me more than moving the ball on quickly when you've got it 70 to 80 metres out to give your forwards a chance one-on-one, which is exactly what Taj did, and then McKelty completed it. There has to be dropping the ball. Grant watching the VFL stream, so it'll be on the AFL website or the AFL app, depending if you... Oh, what the hell was that? He's kicked the ground. My God. Yeah, if you go to the AFL website or the app and then you go to the fixture, like where you would normally look up Richmond games, there will be a drop down on the top left. It'll currently say Toyota AFL Premiership Season. Change that to VFL from the drop down and then go down to the bottom and click on the Bulldogs Richmond game and you'll be able to watch the stream. But make sure you keep this on as well so you can talk footy. Morris, good work. That's a shite kick. That gave Taj no chance. He's going to mow this bloke down though. Oh. Hotton limited minutes also seems like limited area. Seems to be playing centre half forward and only that area. Possibly. I think he would be hating that too. I mean, look, I shouldn't say hating it because he's going to be loving just being out there. But he most definitely views himself as a midfielder. I view him as a midfielder too. Not that my opinion matters for much, but I think he will be, in the next 3 to 5 years, he will add a very dynamic mix to our midfield half-forward area. No, Dan, and this is why I said, it might have been last week, that I can genuinely see round 17 or round 18 could be a point in time where Smiley, Lawler and Hotton all make their way into the ones. Could happen. Taj does move well, Peter. Yep. Agreed, Dame. 100% midfielder. 100%. If the app's 30 seconds ahead, the best thing you can do, so I've got 20 minutes 37 on the clock. If you want to hit pause, I can do a bit of a countdown to try and resync up if it lets you pause. So we've just got a stoppage on the half-forward line here. Ball's bobbling around. Oh, Morris bursts away with an inside 50. Pretty sure Hotton... Oh, no, he's still on. I thought he was off. Geez, they are out in the counter-attack here. Unlucky. We'll just caught all at sea there. But no, Taj is moving very well. What's he on so far? Taj Hotton, 3 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles. And I think the 3 kicks are 3 inside 50s as well. Plus, obviously, the pass to McKelty Lafau, who kicked the goal. Lockie Street, though, leading the way on 15 touches, or 16 now. Austin Johnson, 13. Lockie Wilson, 12. Gee, that's a bad miss. 21 minutes, 43 gone. Tigers kicking out. I like seeing Lafau push up the ground a bit too. Good smother. Oh, a little blind turn. Oh, handball just behind Lockie Wilson there. Unlucky. Unlucky. About time the Bulldogs missed. The idea was very much right there. Just didn't execute it. Hayes Brown has tried to basketball bounce that up to himself there. Surely the tap's been held. Yeah, I think he's got the free kick, the big tap. Where's Taj? Wrap around for the handball from 15 metres out. Oh, he's lingering. Nah, the Forcett, he'll go back. He'll kick this. He's competed well up forward, actually, Forcett today. Oh, Taj is coming off. Leave him on. Fuck. No, we got to do it. Keep these umps for the main game. As Forcett comes in and kicks truly. Very good. Second goal for the big tap. Good reward for effort. It's been a pretty good duel with him down the foot. I should end that poll, shouldn't I? Let that poll go for far too long. What's the results of the poll? Oh, 58% don't think Vossi will see the year out. New poll coming in. Oh, if I can spell. New question for the poll. Will Taj Hotton play AFL this year? Will Taj Hotton play AFL this year, folks? I think I know where this will end up, but I thought we'll put it out there anyway. Someone's turned on the tap skadoosh. I like it. I like it. Is that his nickname at the club? Tap, or is that just a fan-driven nickname? Surely it's his club nickname. As we've gone inside 50 again. But they had an extra defender there able to take that mark. Sort of annoying. Yeah, exactly right, JW. We've just been easing our way into the game nicely, but not being able to convert all of our chances. But luckily the Bulldogs have missed a few as well, which is good. You'll play next week, Palmer. Love your work. I know. Wait, but imagine it did. Imagine playing half of football. Like, nah, seen enough. Straight in. The prospect of Taj, Smiley and Lawler playing together. And Jack, genuinely, I reckon round 18's half a chance. I think that's the Essendon or the Collingwood game, round 17 or 18. So that gives Taj, I think, 3 or 4 weeks at VFL level. Smiley's probably the one that's maybe least likely out of all of them with his training load or whatever he's doing. Although I don't know if everyone saw this morning at the club. So Sammy Lawler, Gibkiss and Harry Armstrong were at the club doing some extras today, which was good to see. So Harry Armstrong looks to be a little bit bigger in the arm area, which we had all expected after seeing some of the Ben Serple reports about doing some extra weights. Oh no, he's overrun it. Geez, that was a horrible bounce. Just rush it. You've got pressure. Bloody hell. Yeah, so a few of the boys down at the club doing some work. So Josh Gibkiss might not be too far behind either in terms of getting a VFL return as well, which would be awesome. Agreed, Dave. I think he's a genuine blend of Edwards and Bolton. I think he's going to be a more accurate... I don't want to say it. I will. A more accurate kick for goal than what maybe Bolton was. Bolton was prone to missing some easy shots, wasn't he? But yeah, Taj has definitely got a bit of a blend of those two, that's a hold, surely. No, okay, we'll take that. Yeah, when they do the lineup at the start of the game, Debo, like the little graphic on the screen, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason in what that graphic is. I reckon it's just, I'm not sure if it's alphabetical or what it is, but it's most certainly not position-based. Because I'm reading it ultra confused. I think it had Morris in the back pocket. I couldn't make sense of it. Simon's just gone for half-time. All right, so we shouldn't be too far away. And that's the thing. Taj has got really good footy IQ, and that's probably what I've loved the most about our draftees this year, is they all seem to have really good footy IQ. So Luke Traynor does, Sam Lawler does, Taj clearly does, from the small amounts we've seen. Even the bigs do, like Jonty Fall and Sims and players like that, Harry Armstrong. They've all got pretty good footy IQ, which is nice. Yeah, his time on ground is going to be pretty low for this quarter, and then we'll obviously hopefully build him into it, and we can see another couple of quarters of Taj Hotton, hopefully. Oh, Palmer, I will flip the table if Jasper Elgar is sub today. I will be fuming. It's just for all AFL clubs out there, there is absolutely zero need to make a debutant sub. It just does not make sense. I'm pretty sure it was Caleb Smith we did it to. There may have even been one other, where we did this whole big hoo-ha about a debut, flew their parents down from wherever they were, and then they sat on the bench for 3.5 quarters and played about 5 minutes at the end. I'm like, that's bullshit. That can't happen. I know footy's a business, and that's maybe overrides a lot of other stuff. But for that one moment, that one occasion, if you're going to pick the kids to play, give them the game. Fair enough, you've got to sub them off because they're gassed. That's fine. Don't start them as sub. It's ridiculous. Chris C, looks like every 2024 draft pick has been a hit. And then we'll bring in Callaway, Tanner Armstrong, and a chance for Cody. Yep, plus high draft picks to play with. It's pretty amazing, isn't it, Chris? Like, if you consider almost every other draft, and I see this comment come through a lot on videos and on socials, that typically in a draft, you might nail 50% of it. And I know that's the norm, and I get it, but it really feels like we're the 1 or 2% that's the other way, that we've actually been successful with the picks that we've made. I mean, you've seen a lot of the guys have debuted this year. Jasper's making his debut today. No one seems like a bust so far. And I know there's plenty of time to go, but all early signs indicate is that they nailed all of those picks. And granted, when you look at the trainer and the Hotton pick, they were probably deemed risky picks because of their history with the I word, that other clubs weren't able to take. But because we had so many picks up our sleeve, we could run the risk, and you end up picking up ultra-talented players that were always going to be a pass, really, all things considered. Like, when you break it down further, Smiley was considered a number 1 pick for most of the year. Sam Lawler obviously went number 1. Taj was considered number 1. Trainer was considered top 5 at one point in time. Harry Armstrong, everyone laughed at me when I made a video saying how we can get him at our number 10 pick. No one thought he'd get that far. So it's been pretty good. The only one that's got a question mark at the moment, if you were having to say one, is Smiley. But that's purely just because he's got to get used to his body size. I mean, we can see that he's already trimmed up from this fitness block he's done, and which will do him the world of good. Like, getting around at 195 centimetres as a midfielder is no mean feat. And it even took Cripper a couple of years to get used to that. And yeah, Smiley might be the same, but I've got no doubt that he will be a very good player. Josh Smiley. Silent Storm came back as sub, let Elgar play a full game. Agree. It's not often clubs... Yeah, it's not often, Rogue, but it does happen, and we have done it, which is bloody annoying. I know, McAuliffe being out pisses me off too. Just for him, I mean, he'd put in such a good month of football that he was really starting to feel at home in that midfield, and he was getting 18 to 20 touches off 69% game time, which is like the lowest on our team bar the sub. So him in his game time heading towards, 70, 80%, he could turn into a 25 possession midfielder. So I hope we see McAuliffe back soon, because he was starting to do some really good things, adding a good point of difference. Wears the black boots in the midfield, which you love, just workman-like. I really like him. JW, if it's a mix of Edwards and Bolton, it's a definite win. 100%. RFC Centre, Taj won't play long in the VFL, 2 to 3 weeks max. Agree. I think you could always see the cheesy grin on Uze's face when talking about Hotton. He knows he won't spend long in the VFL. Agree, Michelle. The rebuild's exciting. Like, it's a bit of short-term pain now. Like, we're kind of talking about the senior game after. Some of the results might not go our way short-term, but geez, it's exciting with what's on the cards in the years to come. GM, I think if a team is going for a premiership, they have every right to use first gamers as a sub. Though in rebuilding is that's a fair shout. I can accept that. Yep, if it's a top four team, that's a fair call. But definitely in our spot, there is zero need to do that. So yeah, I agree. Rogue, it looks like the Hawthorn draft of 2004. Greystoke, after Juddy Clark, they won't be rushing Hotton in. Well, they didn't really rush Juddy Clark either. It was just a shit ground and really awful, bad luck. But yeah, I think once he ticks all of his boxes for minutes played or GPS kilometers, whatever they do it by, he will be not far away. Trainer's been the best kid so far, says Dave, as far as consistency and no eye. Yeah, look, Trainer's kicking's probably let him down a little bit, but it's because he's actually trying to take the aggressive kick and sometimes missing it. He has missed a couple of easier ones too, but he's got great footy smarts, finds the ball. Like, he's still getting 17 possessions as a wingman when he's played there 3 times at AFL level. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing where Luke Traynor goes and what he does in the future. John, Taj will definitely play this year, I reckon. Definitely play. Even if it's like, you got to remember, we're only at round 15. There's still a long way to go. I won't be shocked if he's in within 4 weeks, but if that doesn't happen, I reckon he'll definitely play by at least round 21 to 24, somewhere in there. 94% reckon Taj will play AFL this year, 5% no. Well done, everyone voting. Harvey says, Taj's agility is so noticeable next to the other blokes out there. I know. That's what you want to see. No, it's not too risky at all, John. I beg to differ. There's no different in the risk of playing at AFL or VFL level. When you consider that the ACL is impact-based, there's no difference. In fact, I would say it's more risky playing at VFL. If you had to pick one, I'm saying it's more risky to play at VFL than AFL from that standpoint. As long as his fitness is back up to where it needs to be and he's got miles in the legs, if his form warrants it, you pick him every day. That's right, McAuliffe was Palmer. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle, the tall kids will take a little bit of time. And that's why I would have liked to have seen a bit of a different blend with some of them up forward. But, we get another chance today to see what they can do. Jonty Fall or Sims have a massive, massive job on their hands today. They've got to make sure that Rory Lobb's accountable at every single contest. Otherwise, he'll just chop it all off and it will be hard to watch if they let Rory Lobb do that. So they've got their work cut out for them. New poll coming. This one's about Luke Traynor. I think we might have done this one last week, but people might change their mind based on what they see. Luke Traynor, what position? Defender or winger? Ben Williams, how are you, mates? Yeah, he's going good. He's going good. Dare we use the word aura, but he's got some aura about him when he plays out there, doesn't he? He's going to be good. G'day, Sel. Taj going well. So, he's only played very, very limited minutes, but we should see him again in the next quarter. He's had, let me find my stats, 3 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles off what would have to be 19% game time, if that. But all 3 of those kicks were inside 50s, and one of them was to McKelty Lafau, who marked and goaled. Had a couple of good tackles. Reads the play well. You can see he's got footy IQ, and it's not hard to sort of see that he will be above this level very soon, to be honest. He's got that factor, that X factor. Shane Clark was so innocuous. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Traynor will put on a little bit of size. He was kind of always marked down as like a key defender. I don't think he'll ever be a key defender. I think he's going to be a bit more versatile than that. But yeah, he'll definitely put on a bit more size. How big do you want him to get to? Yeah, I don't know. But I like what Traynor's doing. I would love to see him keep playing as a winger, to be honest. Dan's taking his 5-year-old to his first game versus the Saints. It's going to be super exciting to see the team grow as he gets more and more interested. That's awesome. Has he talked about any favourite players or anything like that yet? Dave the Dasher was talking to Francis Jackson after the draft last year. And he said back then that all the kids will play this year. It looks right so far. How good's that? How good's that? And it's kind of hard to fathom that you could draft eight kids in one draft and they could all play at AFL level in the next year. It's remarkable that it could happen. Leo, what was Taj's first touch like? It was a good first touch. We kind of missed the first 5 seconds of it because the broadcast was delayed, but he got an inside 50. The opponent worked Forcett under the ball. Was it Forcett or Lafau under the ball? But he had another good inside 50 after that. Hit Lafau after a nice mark. Wheeldon got it going quickly. He's showing some really good signs so far. Off very, very minimal game time, but we'll hopefully see a few more minutes in the next quarter as well. Fingers crossed. Yeah, he does have some height on him. Got some good wheels too. Yeah, I don't know about the Beaconsfield thing, Greystoke. It sounds like it's at the bottom of our list of preferences. I don't think we've got many more games there. Someone actually did look it up the other day, and I don't think there's many there left, which is good. Oh, exactly right, Skipper. The amount of disposals Taj gets, hugely irrelevant. I know I've put 15 on my prediction, but I thought I may as well make it all about Taj. But the amount he gets is irrelevant for today. You'd probably be more keen to see that number in a few weeks. But this is just about getting through it, getting some touches, and just feeling like he's belonging out in the footy field again and him enjoying himself, essentially. Beaconsfield is one of the home grounds that we're using until Punt Road's back. I know Frankston's another one as well. I'm not sure if there's a third or not. But yeah, I don't... I'll see if I can find the VFL fixture. Because, yeah, clearly, the less amount of games we've got there, the better. Kelly Taj plays taller than what he is, that's for sure. He does. Yeah, it's... And that's what Jasper Alga's very similar to. Jasper Alga plays a lot taller than what he is, which is why I've been so big on him coming in. Should be curtain raisers every week. Oh, don't get it started, Palmer. How much sense does it make? Honestly, it's such a good thing to do. So I'm going through the VFL fixture. So next week, we're in Preston, then we're in Geelong, then we're at Frankston, Werribee, Gold Coast, Frankston, somewhere else, DBS Stadium. So no, it doesn't look like there is no other Beaconsfield games listed that I can see for the remainder of the season. So there you go, that's good. Shane is the same height as you, 6'2". Wish I could move like he does. I wish we could all move like he does. He's gifted. We start playing at Punt Road soon. That would be nice. Punt Road's going to be great. Yeah, it will be. It will be. And I think it's once it's finished, it'll get the crowds there. Like, you think about games we play at the MCG. If we've got VFL on, whatever else is happening, people will go to Punt Road and watch VFL beforehand. With the talent we've got coming through, it's a huge draw card. So people are going to go out there in droves. Honestly, they will. Before looking at the team, something about Taj I saw. I'll tacked it. So far, Hotton showing he knows where to kick to the forward's advantage. It's definitely an art, and it's something that we deeply need in our senior team, isn't it? Rather than just blasting it in. No, it'll be exciting to see all the draftees after another pre-season or two. They'll get bigger and stronger and all fit. That's it. It's just, like we keep saying, it's just about getting them to that 50 to 60 to 70 game mark as quickly as possible. You look at Sam Banks, what's he at now? 50 odd. Was it 30 or 50? One of the two. I think it might be 30. And yeah, you're starting to see him feel like he belongs at AFL level as well. So it's just the waiting game. It's just the waiting game. That's a good call, Grant. I'll get that added to the graphic for next time. That's a good shout, adding what the quarter is. We can definitely do that. Looking at the disposal winners, though, so far, Lockie Street, 17, Lachlan Wilson, 15, Austin Johnson, 15, Harry Scott, 14, Jacob Blight, 13. So Blight, again, has had 13 disposals, 7 marks. It's impressive. Tyler Young, 12 disposals, 4 marks, 1 tackle. Mackenzie, 11. Trezise, 8. Morris, just the 6. Even though Morris has had 6, I feel like he's had good impact, though. Look, as long as Punt Road sells beers and pies, Greystoke's there. Palmer's at Punt Road every time there's a game beforehand. It's just good. It's just a good atmosphere and vibe. Tom Brown has impressed this year, Dave. He's been good. Like, even that game the other week where he took, was it 9 marks? I felt like that was a very Nick Vlosten type game. I think I've said that a few times. But I really liked what Tommy Brown's been doing. 66% think Luke Traynor will be a defender. 33% a wing. Interesting. We're going to have to go with Jasper Algapole here. Oh, wrong button. I'll check the tackles in a sec for you, Skudoosh. There you go. How many goals for Jasper today? How's he going to go? Tackles, four tackles, and 2 clearances. So even though his disposal numbers are like a lot lower, I actually still think he's had a really good impact game, to be honest. What does everyone else think? Has everyone else liked Rioli's impact so far? It's a weird one. Like, if you were just to look at the numbers, you'd be like, oh, it's a shit game. But I really do feel like he's had good impact around contest. He's had a lot of multiple repeat efforts, some good chase downs. Yeah, interesting game from Morris. Forcett 2 goals, which is good as well. Or the next captain. Who was the next captain? I mean, at the start of this year, I think I put a video out that I felt like it was time to maybe pass the reins on to Taranto. I think that was, in hindsight, ultimately now wrong. I think I'm glad that Nankervis was captain again this year. I think it's been a good year from Nank from a leader's perspective. So I'm more than happy for him to do that. As for the next captain, there's kind of a bit of a gap after like your Taranto and Hopper. I'm just trying to think who else could then. It seems like there's a big drop after that. So it sort of almost feels like it would have to go to a Taranto, but he might be close to 30 by the time that happens. So it could be another makeshift thing until someone like a Lawler, Smiley, whoever, Seth Campbell, I don't know. I'm not sure who else might put their hand up. But what about some of the other players that we've got? Like, would anyone consider Mansell or Seth Campbell? I'm trying to think who else. Sam Banks, Miller. I don't. Do any guys like that have captaincy written on them? I'm not too sure. It's a really tricky one. It's a good question. Yeah, look, 4 goals might be a big ask for Jasper, but we'll chuck it in there anyway. We'll be optimistic. We'll chuck it in there. A lot of people saying they reckon Lawler, yeah, born leader. He does have leadership qualities. Even Trainer does. I mean, one of the things that stood out to me for a lot of our kids playing is that they've all felt comfortable enough to be out there pointing directions and telling their much more experienced teammates where to go and what position to be in. That's good on a number of fronts. It means that they feel comfortable enough to do it, but it also means the clubs enable them or allow them to feel comfortable enough to do those things on the field. They're not just leaving it to the older statesmen to set things up. So I think that's really good on a lot of fronts. Ben says Nank will captain until Lawless Smiley type grows. They already have the temperament. Agree. No, they definitely do. Like, here's the other question then. So we've seen Lawler pop up a few times, which is fine. I definitely don't disagree. Would everyone feel comfortable with Sam Lawler being another young captain like what Trent Cotchin was, or would you rather wait a few more years, seeing how the Cotchin one unfolded and how it went? Do you think it would work okay again, or would you rather wait a few years until they're a bit older? I'm not saying next year, but I'm just like maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't know. Do you reckon Bolter will ever get captain? Possibly. I mean, I think that's definitely going to go against him when it comes to things like that. Yeah, I can't see him doing captaincy. No, I didn't give 0 as an option, did I, Lev? I didn't. I'm backing him in for at least 1, aren't I? That's, yeah. Fair call. Probably should have put 0. Trainer has a mouth on him. I mean, you can see that, can't you, though, John? Because most weeks, for whatever reason, Trainer seems to be getting scragged and scruffed and players are going after him. So you can only assume it's because he's been mouthing off at people. Which, hey, why not? If you're going to be a bit unsociable, I'm all for it. No Smiley today, Shane. He's still doing his training load, so he'll be ready to play footy in about 3 weeks, they reckon. He's already trimmed down, though, so he's looking good. Rob, I loved how Lawler supports his teammates, but it's a Cochin-type deal. He needs years before he's ready for that. Andrew says Lawler captain in 2 years. Dave says Lawler captain, Hotton and trainer vice captain in 4 years. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? Michelle would give it to Lawler if he wanted it. Dan, Nank for 2 more years. Then if Lawler is ready, then great. Cameron Taj has done okay so far. He's on very, very minimal minutes, like maybe 19 to 20% game time. He didn't play the first quarter at all, and he played very, very small part of the second quarter. But he came on and had an inside 50 within about 15 seconds of being on the ground. He's had 3 disposals, 2 marks, a couple of tackles. Had a really good inside 50 pass to Lafau, who marked in gold. And he just shows he's got good footy smarts and talent. As the Bulldogs have just got inside 50 for the first time in the third quarter. Ben would be happy with Lawler in 2 to 3 years if no other obvious candidates stand out. They may pivot from Nank to like a placeholder for another year or two. Potentially. I know that a few people mentioned Vlosten. Broad would be another name as well, but reality is that if they were to do it, it would have had to have been in the last 2 years. I think now they're at the point that it's not really going to be them that does it, unfortunately, as the Bulldogs get the first goal of the third quarter. Cochrane 2008 debut, 2010 leadership group, 2012 vice captain 2013. Okay, so that's actually a fair amount of years, isn't it? Interesting. Trotter says Lawler should be in the captain convo for another 4 to 5 years. Noel, I don't think there's anything to do with today, but do you really think the Tigers should do next season go for Harley, Butters, or Flanders, or use pick 2 or 3 in the draft? It's a good question, Noel. I feel like I changed my mind on the weekly with this. I mean, if I was out of that list that you've put forward, I would say Butters would be at the top of my list. However, I don't think Butters would pick us as a club. I think he's probably a bit too... There's Hotton. There he is. Give it to him. It's a free against. I think Butters is a little bit too advanced age-wise and where he's in his footy cycle to pick us. I don't think it would make sense for him, unfortunately. If he does want to pick us, hey, sign me up. Reed would be my next pick, obviously. And look, I'm so torn because when talking about the draft, there hasn't really been someone or a handful of players that I'm like, shit, we have got to get this person in ASAP. Not like there was last year. So on that front, I wouldn't be against trading our draft picks. I would still rather hold on to at least one pick and trade one from this year and futures if we were going to do it. Because getting Harley Reid in alongside Lawler is a massive draw card and could change our midfield entirely in the blink of an eye, which is attractive. But from a draft prospect, I would be targeting... I've come around to the idea of Josh Lindsay as a good ball user off halfback who may end up being a midfielder as well. He's probably one of the best users in the draft class. The other player that I would be taking with my second pick, I would actually be going for Noah Hibbins-Hargreaves from Dandenong. I think he's kind of like another Taj Hotton type player. He had 4 goals the other week. Very dynamic and explosive. I haven't been wowed by CDT, if I'm being honest. I know he's been a good player in the Coates League, but in the Champs, I'm just not sure if he's done what I was expecting him to do. Obviously, Dyson Sharp's a good player. I don't know if we've got too many of his type already, though, but talent's talent. Dersma's had a good game on the weekend as well. He played defence most of the game and then went forward and kicked a couple of goals to get him back into the game. So Dersma would definitely be a consideration. I know people get turned off Dersma because of the surname. I think that's not a great reason to worry about a player. If they've got talent, they've got talent. But at the moment, for me, I'd be happy with either trading one of the picks to bring in Reid plus some futures. But if we were to take both picks of the draft, I'm taking Josh Lindsay and Hibbins-Hargreaves, I reckon. Bit of X factor. Manson's getting married already. Reminds me of Captain Koch. Latest things Toronto captain for a few years. Dave, I agree that Reid would fast-track our midfield a bit too. I think we're already tracking in good areas for our rebuild based on our performances. Harley Reid definitely fast-tracks the midfield, adds a bit of a new dynamic, a new edge to it. And it would be hard to say no to that in a lot of ways. Skudoosh, there's a good chance that our picks will change after Carlton falling off the cliff and North playing well. Look, I don't think North will climb too much more. Hopefully not. I still think we're going to end up with like a top 7 or top 8 pick at worst. Go Morris. Oh. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. Go Razzo. Taj Hotton is sprinting forward. He's in the middle there. Get it to him. There's Taj. Good pick up. He's clean. Chucks it inside 50. Oh, stop it. Jacob Bauer, good mark. But Taj Hotton, see the burst of pace through the middle. The half volley pick up cleanly and then hits up Bauer inside 50. Oof. Leather pants and robe time, folks. God damn. How was that? Just Randy Marsh gifs that just keep springing to mind when you see Taj do things like that. Bauer, oh, he's let him down. Let him down. Dan, early picks on rucks are a waste in my opinion. It depends. I mean, yeah, look, it needs to be a unicorn, really, doesn't it, to consider it? And a lot of people flagged Duff Tytler as a unicorn type, but I just haven't seen it in the champs. And I think that's where you need to show your wares. I've got 6 minutes 18, 6 minutes 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. But yeah, otherwise, to your point, you can definitely draft. You can definitely trade for ruck needs. Like, there's always going to be a Nankervis, a Soldo, a backup ruckman that you can pick up on the cheap in any given year to fill a void. That's just the reality of it. So, I think we can buy our time and go down that path until someone like a Sims or who else, Hayes Brown or whoever might be ready. Michael, Carlton in a world of pain, and I couldn't be happier. It is. Look, it's a little bit amusing, and the reason why I find it more amusing because it could really make things interesting for the Cody Walker race. And I know that's probably all unlikely, but you just can't help but dream as the Bulldogs kick another goal. We need to hit the scoreboard here. A lot of love for Taj. Ash winning Hotton's Dreamtime player issue jumper could be a great investment. Yeah, good call. Yeah, and Ivan Maric, exactly right, Skidoosh. Plenty of options out there. I thought that person in the black was like a pitch invader then, but it's the umpire's water carrier. I was thinking, what the hell is this person doing? Yeah, so I'm back at the centre bounce now, so 7 minutes 50. So if there's any way to pause or slow your streams down or whatever it might be so you can sync up, but we're about to see the bounce in the middle now. I'm going to recall the bounce because it was rubbish. The best underrated ruck prospect you've seen now is Tim English. Cruiser was another good type. Cruiser was another good one as well, but not too many others, is there? Oh, Al Noor, good mark. Come off his man nicely there. Oh, I've missed 2 behinds, thank you. When did I miss those? What am I doing? If we want Cody Walker, Carlton's pain has to be delayed. We need them to be in this state in 12 months, not now. True, but I feel like Robert's only going to get worse before it gets better. I mean, next year they're going to be most likely without Tom de Koning. I don't know what the status of Cripps, of what Curnow and Mackay are. Are they both staying? Is one looking to go? I've got no idea. But, you know, Tom de Koning leaving, and even him questioning the club, saying, well, is it going to be any better, any different if I stay? Like, there just seems to be a real lot of disharmony at their club currently. And I'm all for it. The Dogs have been dominant this quarter. Al Noor with a great spoil, though, leaving his man again. Oh, that's risky handball over the head. Oh, the foul just almost buried that bloke. Another behind. Word is Mackay's gettable. I mean, obviously not for us, I wouldn't have thought, but interesting if other clubs think he's gettable and and that's on the cards. I mean, imagine losing to Koning and Mackay in one off-season. That would be a monumental blow for the Blues. Now they're behind. The Dogs are peppering you. Taj Hotton up to 4 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles. A couple of lovely inside 50s. He also reads the play very well, Taj. Oh, go Morris, use your pace. Good boy. McDonald, far out. God damn. That's a bad miss. We really needed that. You take Kerner if he was gettable. $45% and got Jasper for 1 goal. 40% for 2 goals. 8% for 4 plus. I like it. And 5% for 3 goals. Will I be doing a Taj Hotton disposal and plays video? Yeah, I'll probably do a video about his game. Not sure how long the video will be, but we can definitely show him some extra love, that's for sure. It's just good to see him out there, isn't it? I don't know if we'll be able to use any footage, though. Probably not. With like all the copywriting stuff and bits and pieces. Looks to be a few more people at the game now, which is nice. Taj must be off the ground currently. Geez, the Dogs are running pretty well on waves here. Oh, great spoil. Young, that was really good. Tyler Young, that was an exceptional spoil. Great closing speed and good mark from McCall to the foul there too. And like this is why Tyler Young's a really interesting prospect, isn't he? Because prior to hurting himself, he was doing really, really well for us. And so I can see him maybe forcing his way into the side. Lafau's hands is very good. I'm guessing Foxtel's showing the main game nuclear. This game that we're watching now, the VFL one, is on the AFL app or the website. Taj is going to tell Polina to calm the hell down. He's giving away 50. CJ Hotton's gone all right. He's off very, very minimal game time. Didn't play the first quarter, but played a very small amount of the second quarter and a very tiny amount of the third quarter. He's had 4 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles. I think all 4 of his kicks have been inside 50s, and 2 of them were marks. 1 resulted in a goal, 1 Bauer should have kicked but didn't. And he just reads the play well. Like he saw what was unfolding with the turnover and then got on his bike and ran into space really nicely through the middle of the ground, received the ball, and then got it inside 50. So he is a very good reader of the play. That was a big 50. Yeah, Razzo's gone a little bit cold. That's the problem with small forwards. They can do that. Favourite player outside of Richmond? Well, he ought to be Jeremy Cameron, even though you hate Geelong with a passion. He's a good player. Jez is not a bad shout. Who else would there be? Well, it's a big spoil. Trying to think who else I would enjoy watching. I mean, it's probably a cop-out to say like a Shea Bolton now, isn't it? I don't know. I'll have to think. I'll have to think about it. That's a really good question. Very clean CJ. So the pass that was given to him in the middle of the ground before his last inside 50, the kick fell slightly short and he just grabbed it on the half volley, clean pick up first time and kept going. Oh, God, you got to get rid of that. Oh, Lafau, just making his presence known. Bulldogs inside 50 again. They've had a big quarter so far, the Bulldogs. Oh, Arnaud, good interception. We're going to need to get a goal here. That's why that Bauer miss was annoying. Libba. Yeah, Libba's good. I just enjoy watching. Even like someone like Zach Butters is good to watch as well. Max Gorn with his ruck work is ridiculous. That's right, CJ. No, he's honestly showing very exciting signs. Like I said, the half volley pick up and go was very nice. Dave says Richmond is banned from ever taking a first round ruckman in the draft since taking Richard Lounder. Cameron loves Libba. Noel, do you think the Tigers could use one of the picks maybe for future picks with all these fathers, sons, and academies? Yeah, well. No, another goal for the Dogs. Well, yeah, next year is going to be some issues as well with the draft picks that we need for Tanner Armstrong, for Jack Lees, Archie Daffy if he nominates as well. There's plenty. And then if the Cody Walker becomes a real option, we will need something in that way as well. So I think we're going to have to get a little bit creative on acquiring some points somewhere along the journey. And that's what makes me think that next year's first round is probably off the table because I think we might need that in some way, shape or form. Alan, no Samson Ryan. So I'm pretty sure he's suffering from plantar fasciitis or something similar to that in the foot region. So yeah, we may not see him for a few weeks yet. Elnor, is he 23? Or was it 53? Let me find it. Elnor's 57. Third quarter, 16 minutes gone in the third quarter. Oh, you meant age, Rogue. You meant age, not number. What an idiot I am. Definitely got upside. I just don't think he would fit at our football club in the seniors, unfortunately. Just because of his, because of the depth we've got in the area, to be honest. Like, you would hate to pick him up for him to just keep playing VFL as an AFL listed player. Come on, Trezise. Morris through the middle. Hotton's up here somewhere. Where is he? Shocking kick, though, from Morris. Yeah, I think Elnor will still definitely get some further opportunities to get drafted. He does all the right things, doesn't he, as a defender? Like, again, you sat under the ball there. That was a great mark. Yeah, I clicked midway through my sentence there, Rogue, that you were clearly talking about age and not number. So bad. Yeah, Hayes Brown, and Kalina, I know he doesn't get many disposals, if any, but he does throw his weight around and have a crack, which is all you can ask for. Oh, who was that? It's Hayes Brown. Oh, he's been given a push. Jeez. There's been about 5 of those that the Doggies have done that have not been paid. Gosh. 18 minutes gone in the third. That's a shithouse kick, though. Turn it straight back over. Taj is inside 50. Someone spot him up. He's probably not going to lead because he's he's leading. It's someone. Oh, he's in his area. Get front and centre, Taj. Oh, he nearly held on to the tackle. The Bulldogs just keep exiting a little bit too easily. Oh, Taj got a free kick here, out in the full. Go, Taj, go. Taj, inside 50 again. Oh, it's out the back. The tap is lingering. Oh, gets his arms up. No good. 19 minutes gone in the third quarter. Taj, front and centre, on the left foot. Beautiful. Long to the goal square. Oh, bit of candy. Lovely goal. Liam George, good bit of foot candy there. That was special. To quote Bruce McAvaney, wow, that's a throw. Great goal. He really had to sell that candy too because he was not getting that shot anywhere near on target had he kicked it in the position he was in. So that was well played. But Taj Hotton, front and centre of the pack, just a cheeky little left foot chip over the top to help generate that play. Agree, Chris. His awareness, positioning, and IQ is very, very good. Very good. I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm seeing of Taj Hotton so far. Third quarter, 19 minutes, or 20 minutes now gone as the ball's about to come back to the middle. Tell me we've all got some love for Taj and what we're seeing so far. He's a special player. But we desperately needed that goal. If we can jag another one here, that will give us a bit of a platform to have a crack at the last quarter. Great goal, though. Lafau. See, Lafau's had an interesting game, hasn't he? Like, even though it's only the 4 disposals, 1 goal, he's had some marks, he's had tackles. But it's his work rate and it's his competitiveness that I think is much needed. It's a huge asset. Oh, another bit of candy. Taj is being held. Good pick up, good pick up. Oh, steps through, then gets the handball out. Stop it, Taj, stop it. Oh, you should have just hit it yourself, mate. Taj in the middle, give it to him. Here we go. Another handball. Oh, beautiful. Stop it. Any danger of hitting a target inside 50 here? How good is the evasiveness in his side steps? Just getting in and out, in and out of traffic. I can't even speak. That's how excited I am. Bruce, I know. I have dropped a couple of Bruces, haven't I? We have wasted some inside 50s here. My goodness. Agree. Have a lovely day. Here's a blend between Titch and Shea Bolton, which is super exciting. I love his little lateral dance and side steps to get in and out of traffic and then to get the handballs to his teammates in the right spots. Ticking all the boxes. We just need another goal here, though. We need some reward for some effort. Oh, Lafau, my God. He absolutely spear tackled him NRL style there. That is I mean, fair play. The guy got up, but he hasn't got it. Go. 22 minutes gone. We just cannot get it going forward. There we go. Inside 50. But it's all Bulldogs. I think Taj is coming off for a spell now. It'd be good if Hotton was the new shedder rather than new... But agree. We could definitely do with another shedder. Lafau has definitely done some ruck work, Cam, for sure. I remember last year he was doing some backup rucking for us at AFL level, so he definitely can do it. I just don't know if I'd want to expose him to doing that at AFL level. Maybe it's an option. That's a shit bit of defending. Oh my gosh. Blighty. Oh no. Just don't call a play until issues. I'll try not to. I'll try my best. But yeah, Lafau could definitely do that. So it was actually interesting. The last game against Sydney for the VFL, he was actually playing up and around stoppages a lot more too. Like as a midfielder. That's a shit. That's a shit goal to concede, honestly. They're just, every time they're going inside 50, they're pretty much scoring goals, aren't they? And we're just not getting reward for effort at all. Very bad entries from us. Undone our hard work. It's going to be difficult from here. Yeah, so Lafau could definitely do it. But yeah, him playing as a midfielder too was really interesting to watch happen around stoppages the other day. He's just explosive and he hunts really well. And I think there's definitely a spot for him to play at AFL level. They do move the ball well, John. They do. Agree, Dave. Once he's match fit, we're not messing around. Straight in. Mortal Wombat, how are you, mate? Taj is going well. 7 disposals, 2 tackles, 2 marks, a handball off like minor game time, but everything he's touching is turned to gold. So a couple of his inside 50s have hit targets to set up shots at goal. Half volley pick up cleanly. spinning and weaving in and out of traffic to get handballs away to teammates. Yeah, he's doing well. Oh, gosh, the Bulldogs just exit there so easily. Jacob Blight with a good mark. The foul on a wing. A few people have said that, Nuclear. It's an interesting prospect. I mean, who would he replace, though? I suppose we've probably got no one on one of the wings currently. Like, no one in a full-time capacity. If I say Archer's the back, I'm calling for an intervention. That's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair call. Come on, we've got to make the most of this. We've got to get a goal here. Sammy Toner, inside 50. He did the right thing to centre that, but he just didn't hit the target, did he? It needed to go a bit higher to McKelty. Taj is equal game high, inside 50. Is that right, Ben? There we go. I wouldn't replace... I like Hugo. Pardon me. I know that Hugo maybe has a few deficiencies defensively. I think offensively he adds a lot of value to our side. Adding speed, breaking the lines. We always talk about how slow we sometimes look as a team. Well, pre him coming back in, he helps change that for us. I don't think... We've got to remember how young he is too. I think we've got to persevere with Hugo. Got to persevere. Yeah, any likes and shares of the stream is hugely appreciated. Helps with the algorithm. Yeah, I appreciate all the love. Oh, another behind. If you haven't subscribed yet as well, hit the subscribe button too. We're trying to get to 3,400. 26 minute. I've got 26-minute mark of the third quarter, but I'm a little bit behind, so the siren may have already gone. Yeah, Andrew, I mean, Blight can't be far off playing seniors, can he? He does really good things. So, again, he's having a big game. He's got 19 disposals, 11 marks. So this is going to be... Is this Taj? No, this is 55. It looks the same. Oh, we've fucked another one. That's a shithouse kick for goal. Blight. So this is going to be now Blight's 5th game in a row where he's going to probably end up on 20 plus disposals and 10 plus marks. Like, they are big numbers. I know a lot of them are intercept marks and he's playing as a defender. I get all that. It's just hard to ignore. I mean, you can't drop Ben Miller though, because Miller's doing some good things. Bolt is obviously doing some good things as well. I would assume with Campbell Gray being sidelined that when Bolter's curfew kicks in, I'm not sure when the next game that is, that Blight will be straight in. But it's hard to see him not asking for opportunities elsewhere afterwards, to be honest. 27 and a half minutes gone. I feel like the siren's not far away. Yeah, Hugo just needs to mature a bit. Yeah. And he will. He'll be fine. I like that he tries to take the game on. Agreed, Blight would have been handy today. I thought he was a genuine chance to come back in. Yeah, the 450 entries, John, haven't been flash, have they? As Jacob Bauer's got a shot for goal here. Big kick. We desperately need this to give ourselves any sniff in the last quarter. Yeah, I don't know what the knock is on Blight as well. Maybe it's because of the competition for spots. I don't know. As Bauer comes in, that's coming back, but not enough. That's a behind. And that's why, I know it's probably not been a popular opinion, but this is why I've been sort of saying that I wouldn't even mind Blight tried up again as a forward. If they're not going to play McKelty for whatever reason, Blight at least adds another physical presence and aerial presence that the younger guys can't do at the moment. And that's no slight on them, but I just thought it would help keep us competitive. Miller versus Blight. I mean, it's funny you mentioned Miller versus Blight, John, because in pre-season, there's a dog walking past and my dog's going nuts, apologies. During pre-season, I actually made a video specifically about Miller versus Blight and the fact that I thought they were competing for the same spots. And, I mean, I think Blight probably takes a lot more marks than what Miller does. Miller's probably a bit more experienced on the defensive craftsmanship of his game than what Blight is. Miller halves a lot of his one-on-one contests as well, so he's pretty good on that front too. Oh, good spoil. Or was it? And then you got Tyler Young doing some okay things too. Blight isn't better than any defender playing AFL right now. It'd be thereabouts with Miller. Bolter, yeah, maybe not. But that's why I probably had a vision of him playing forward. Oh my gosh, oh, lucky he missed that. Jesus Christ. Siren's just gone in the VFL. Love the way the BT called him. Very, very elusive Edwards early on in the 2017 grand final. This is a good call, Grant. Teacher's the best backward blind handballer in the game. That's a very, very good call. No, Geelong, it hasn't yet. The AFL game starts at 3:20, I believe it is. 3:20 was watching the VFL at the moment. Tony, yep, Taj is good. Taj is very good. But Grant, to your point on Edwards, you're right. How many times would you see that cheeky just over-the-head handball that once upon a time was being called a throw, wasn't it, depending on who the officiator was? But he was very good. And I always felt that Edwards, before we became really good, Edwards probably at times looked like a bad player, but it was because he was already so far ahead IQ-wise of the rest of the players he was playing with that he was already handballing and putting the ball to space where the players should be, but they weren't there. So it's like he understood the game plan and the others weren't on the same page yet. And once they all got on the same page as him, he just went to a whole new level because all those passes were coming off. And I see Taj being a little bit similar. So disposal-wise, on Taj watch, we've got 7 disposals, 6 kicks, 1 handball, 2 marks, 2 tackles. Didn't play the first quarter. Has done some really nice things in that second and third quarter. Inside 50s are hitting targets. Clean pickups on the half volley, dancing through packs and spinning out and getting a handball away. He's doing everything, Taj. He's doing it all. Miller was a slow burn to being a senior regular. He was drafted in 2017. Yeah, exactly. And those big guys always take a little bit of time, don't they? Parks had to kick a bloke while he's down, but Bauer runs under the footy in almost every marking contest. He's not done him. It's really hard because I actually think Bauer's trying. He's trying to change his game a little bit, I think, because previously he was just literally jumping for everything, like trying to take mark of the year every contest. But I felt like he's reined that in a little bit, which has been good. But running under the ball, is it like how much of it is him and how much of it is the poor inside 50 passing? Probably a bit of a blend of both, but he does need to be taking the most of his chances. Like he missed an easy shot on goal earlier on from about 25 out on the boundary. That should be a regulation run around and snap it in. But yeah, he's an interesting one, Bauer. Disposal-wise, leading the way, Lockie Street, 22 touches. Harry Scott, 20 touches. Lockie Wilson, 19. I mean, how good is it to see that you've got 3 VFL listed players still putting up good performances? It's good for our program. Jacob Blight, 19 disposals, 11 marks. Austin Johnson, 18 disposals. Tyler Young, 17 disposals, 6 marks, 1 tackle. Kazitsky, 14 marks. I mean, it's probably not good that our defenders are having such big numbers, is it? Trezise, 10 disposals, 3 marks. Morris, 9 disposals, 4 tackles, 1 mark. I've actually really liked Morris's pressure game, though, to be fair. Bauer, 7 disposals, 4 marks, 3 behinds. Like, he needs to convert some of them, doesn't he? McKelty, 4 disposals, 1 goal, 2 marks. Forcett, 2 goals from 4 disposals. Kalina's not had a stat yet from a disposal, but he's had 7 hitouts. Hayes Brown, 3 disposals, 18 hitouts. So we're just not getting... We're not getting a lot of disposal output from our ruck division, are we? It's a little bit grim in that area. But yeah, if you are watching, thank you to everybody for tuning in and watching for the VFL. Feel free to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. It's free to do and it helps the channel out as we march towards 3,400 subs. The growth's been amazing. It's been good fun growing a really healthy and good community. Well, Grant, the biggest thing we need to do in the last to get back in it is we've got to hit our targets inside 50. Like, it feels very, very seniors-like with the haphazard entries. and converting our chances. I mean, Bow should have kicked a couple. There was someone else who ran to an open goal and missed as well, one of the VFL boys. So it goes without saying that the first goal of the last quarter is going to be very vital. We need that to just give ourselves a bit of confidence, get back into it, and just get the ball into Taj Hotton's hand. That's what we have to do. Blight, Young, Gray are very, very similar players. Honestly, not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have depth, CJ. But there's obviously going to come a point in time where some of them may ask for other opportunities, and that's where I suppose the logic of Blight being involved in a potential Harley Reid trade, if that was to eventuate, is where it sort of starts to make a little bit of sense. But we'll have to see how that goes. Dave says, Taj is doing enormous considering he hasn't played a game for 12 months. Agree. How good is he once fit and played 40 AFL games? Spot on. Similar to all the draftees, you've got to remember, this is the worst we're going to see of these draftees. So we're seeing them at their worst point in time, and it's only upwards from here, which is awesome. Aeons love McKelty's defensive pressure. Agree. I think that's a big thing. It's a big thing. Like I was saying earlier on in the stream, that when opposition are kicking out against us at AFL level, they can just go through it so easily with Tom Lynch not being able to chase and doesn't have that shutdown speed that McKelty has. I think it would be such a big difference. Such a big difference if we could get him in. That's it, Skipper. It's like watching the game with a group of mates down at the pub, having a few laughs, a few drinks. Dan says, I know he's sharing the ruck, but the guy the size of Kalina having 7 hit-outs and no touches, it's not great, is it? Greystone, controversial opinion. Edwards was an average player for the first 5 years, played 1 good game a month, always plays best game in South Australia. Look, I think what your comment ties back into my comment earlier. Maybe not so much in the first 2 or 3 years, but by his 4th and 5th year, I actually think he was the most across what we wanted to do, but no one else was, so it made him look shit at times because he was ahead of the ledger. Once they all caught up, all of those passes he was trying to do start coming off because they're in the right spots. He was really interesting because that's why he was so good for so long in his career, like later in age, because he's just, footy IQ was off the charts. Billy, Taj is going really well. Really well. Limited game time, but what he's doing with the ball in hand has been very impressive as the last quarter's begun and Cozzy takes a nice mark deep in defensive 50. Not sure. I hope Taj gets time in the last quarter, Brandon, because I think he could actually help us with some 450 entries. But I'm not sure what the managed minutes. He's on the ground now. He's in the middle of the ground there, I'm pretty sure. There he is. So, yes, he will be on the ground. I know. The whole club is struggling with 450 entries, aren't they? It's been a weakness for us for some time. The Bulldogs get the first behind of the quarter. McKelty, the midfielder enforcer. How good would that be? That would be interesting. Even if it was for like 3 or 5 minute stints, even if he started at VFL level, like we said, we saw him at stoppages the other week against Sydney, which was really interesting. So I'm definitely not against seeing that. And Michelle, that's exactly my reasoning as well. He's got that physical maturity. Whilst he isn't fully experienced, he's a bit more experienced than them as the Bulldogs kick the first goal the last quarter, and it's going to be very difficult to come back from here. But yeah, McKelty with a bit more of a physical presence, mature body, big work rate, big tank. I think I don't want to say we're not trying to win games, but if we were shifting that more to the forefront of our mind, I think that McKelty's physical presence up forward would benefit our AFL team tremendously because it would actually bring our smalls into the game more and give ourselves a chance to actually kick a score. Because at the moment, with the amount of intercept marks we give away, we're going to struggle to kick over 80 points most weeks. Agree, Nuclear. We want that physicality. Agree, Michelle. Two skinny kids is too many. And it's so hard because we obviously know what Fall and Lafau are going to, Fall and Sims are going to be. They're going to be guns. But for the now, it just it just doesn't work for long enough in games. Like, it'll work okay for a quarter, but then opposition defenders are too, like, you got to remember, they're playing on seasoned, experienced defenders, right, who know what they're doing. And it doesn't take them long to work out they can sort of peel off him and double team Lynch. Morris just got shoved straight in the back then. Jeez. Appreciate all the love and support as well, guys. I think we're on 36 likes. If you can, just flick that little like button, and we'll try and boost it up to 80 or 90. Spread the algorithm. CJ Cochin made it quite clear one day when asked what starting midfield filled him with the most confidence. He said, myself, Martin and Edwards. What a midfield that was. Those were the days. Those were the days. That's a pretty good midfield. Because you just knew that anytime Edwards touched the ball, something good happened. Oh, shit. I'm not sure if that was high. I reckon he fell down a bit there. Jesus. Last quarter, this is not going according to plan. OHB's a baby. Oh, baby draw. I won't read the last bit. The Bulldogs have come to play. Bit disappointing. Yeah, that is a 5-star midfield. And I mean, even as supporters, you feel ultra comfortable when you've got those 3 players in your centre square. As the Bulldogs get another goal. Going to be very difficult now. 4 minutes into the last quarter. 71-39. Billy, having depth again makes a world of difference. If you said we'd have depth in 2024 during a reboot, I think you were nuts. Fair call, Billy. I think everyone would feel the same way, to be honest. It sort of defies logic a little bit, doesn't it, that we've got competition for spots, but it's good. It's healthy. It means the guys and the ones have something to play for every single moment of the game. And that might help keep us in games for longer, because you can't really afford to switch off and put in a shit one because you might get dropped the next week. I think it's super important if we can utilize that properly. Ben with a great suggestion. Can we just pay the cameraman to put the camera on Taj, even on the bench? They should just bring it up in a little square in the bottom corner, shouldn't they? Like a Taj cam. Is this him up at around a stoppage? Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, too high. I'm probably being biased. It probably wasn't too high at all, but... Oh, McKelty lingering. Just busting. Oh, Taj is there. Flick him a handball, someone. Yeah, we do need a separate Taj cam. I agree. Lambert's... Yeah, true, Dave. That's a good call. Kane Lambert was massive for us. Kane Lambert essentially was the reason Dusty could be Dusty, because Kane Lambert covered for Dusty's lack of defensive efforts. We never wanted Dusty to defend or tackle or chase. That was never his job. He was pretty much free reign to do whatever he wanted. And Kane Lambert sacrificed his game to cover, really. So he was huge. He was huge. Yeah, it's a bit of mixing and matching, Nuclear, for sure. It's definitely a bit of mix and matching with finding the best positions for the kids. That's all part of the growth and development. Oh, is Taj coming off already? God damn it. 6 minutes into the last quarter. Yeah, get McKelty in there to bash and crash. Why not? Why not? Koch didn't name a ruckman. Yeah, could be Sean Grigg. He's off. Now's your chance, cameraman. Morris with a big tackle. I'm actually surprised he didn't get done for a dangerous tackle there. Grigg forever the premiership ruckman. Oh my gosh, that's gone to nobody. Jeez, look, Elnor made that work then. Talk, boys. Talk, talk. Go, Blighty. Inside 50, but not much love. I do love Billy that Grigg is a premiership ruckman. So good. Like, we were just taking the piss with that, really. Yeah, look, even though Morris is up to 12 disposals now, but 7 tackles, 4 clearances, I've actually really enjoyed his game. I know it's not the 25 disposal game we saw the other week, as Razzo kicks around the body, out in the full. I know it's not the 25 disposal game of last fortnight, but I felt like he's still been pretty involved across the 4 quarters, which is good. Yeah, I know it's always been good, Dabo. Again, I think I said before, I won't be surprised if he gets a chance somewhere. Just not sure it'll be with us, unfortunately. The one I was probably expecting a little bit more from today offensively was Trezise. I was probably hoping to see... How was that not a throw to keep that in? Someone did mention before, Morris again with another tackle and holding the ball. Well done. Someone did mention before, Grant, that 7 do have it. I haven't looked it up personally, but someone, did say that, yes. It was. McKelty. Oh, he's strong. Nah, Sonzi's in the AFL. The only thing we don't know yet on the AFL is the sub. So the emergencies for the AFL was McKelty, Jacob Blight, and James Trezise, I believe. So I wouldn't be shocked if one of them maybe exits the ground at some point. Oh, the Bulldogs have just gone coast to coast. Easy as you like. Jesus. Again, we worked so hard to get multiple inside 50 entries there and just nothing from it. Nothing from it. Ben says Rioli needs more time by the look of it. He's got something lacking a lot of polish with his disposal. Yeah, I reckon that a lot of that's to do with the pressure the Bulldogs are applying as well, to be fair. But no, he definitely does need to be in the midfield a lot more at VFL level. Just give him consistent and constant exposure and just see where it takes him, I think. I do feel like it's his best spot now. Yeah, Davo, we do need another halfback. And that's why I'm sort of coming around to the idea of drafting Josh Lindsay. And I suppose previously I've maybe voiced that I'm a little bit hesitant on spending a top 5 pick on a halfback. He could turn into a midfielder, I guess, but he does seem like the best user of the ball in the draft class this year. And I think the reason why I'm coming around to it is because we've done so well from the draftees from last year that we can maybe afford to look at a bit more needs-based rather than... Like, he might not necessarily be the absolute best available, but he would be the best for our needs at that point in time. So I'm kind of coming around to drafting Lindsay and maybe Hibbins-Hargreaves, I think would be another bit of X factor. So yeah, I wouldn't be against that just for some quality ball use. Nuclear Days. Fun fact, Grigg is only 2 centimetres shorter than Michael Green, 4-time premiership winning ruckman. There we go. Rogue, regarding Morris, I think he's played within himself today while still being good. He's not gut running contests he's never going to get like he usually does. Yeah, save energy for where it counts. Kind of like... I was going to say kind of like what Messi does, but I understand that that's an enormous comparison to make, but I mean off work rate, not necessarily skill. Oh, Taj got another handball out. Effective. No, you can't ping that. Honestly, umpire, what are you doing? He was trying to get it out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pletz says, oh, Taj nearly got an interception. Says that Lindsay's a must draft. I like him. Yeah, Marley's just having a barking debate with the dog across the road by the sounds of it. Apologies. This game reminds me of our AFL team really wrestling the game with pressure but not getting the scoreboard. 100%, Ben. 100%. It does feel very identical. You are spot on. Yeah, no, I meant the Messi comparison. I almost stopped saying it, but I went with it. I only mean it because you see videos of Messi like walking into different areas instead of sprinting because he's saving his energy. And maybe that's what Morris was doing. I'm definitely not talking from a skill perspective. Yeah, Dabo. Hargreaves, I think Hibbins-Hargreaves would be a very complimentary player to our list. And I'm kind of looking 3 to 5 years ahead. Hibbins-Hargreaves and Hotton would be very exciting to have running around with Smiley and Lawler. Speaking of Hotton, oh no, he's bypassed him. Cleaner, goddamn. Bergman, yeah. Yeah, Ed Richards, another one. He did go into from halfback to midfield as well. That's true. Hayden Young, yep, good call. Grind Myers, that was always very funny, wasn't it? That's it, Dave. If Morris keeps playing midfield in the VFL, the tank will just naturally occur because of the work rate that will be required. Come on, we want to see another Taj Hotton special here. Nah, I think Messi would well and truly obliterate our salary cap, wouldn't he? Taj is down here. He's just lingering inside the 50. Oh, God. It could be a chance here in a second. It could be a chance. Get it to him, Blighty. Good boy. Taj. Gives the handball out. Sweeping handball. Gives it back to Taj. Go. Now use your speed. Who's he kicked it to? Oh, no, that works. Give it back to him. Give it back to him. Go, Taj. You had 3 disposals in about 15 seconds. He could get it again here. Good bit of play. Give it back to Taj. He's probably inside 50 now. He's probably in there. Oh, that's a shit kick. What was that? What an absolute waste. Good pressure, Taj. Well done. He's cooked. He's absolutely wrecked. That was a good. Taj has sprinted the length of the ground. He's coming off. Surely he's knackered. He could get onto Joe. Oh, too high. That was good. That was good. I know we're on Hot and Watch, but to see him pretty much sprint the length of the ground and get involved in every chain of possession that led to that, he is absolutely cooked. He wants a goal though. He's been good, Herbert. He's been good. He just had about 4 disposals in 15 seconds, then sprinting the length of the ground. Started in defence and was involved in about 4 disposals, chaining it up the ground. So he's had 12 disposals now, 7 kicks, 5 handballs, 3 marks, 2 tackles. His passes inside 50 have typically gone to targets. He set up 1 goal. The other goal Bauer missed. Very, very nice, clean half volley pickup on a short kick to him. Danced in and out of traffic a few times and got some good release handballs. And you can just tell his footy IQ is through the roof. He's been good. Oh, he didn't play the first quarter either. He completely sat out the first quarter. Didn't play a lot of the second, but he's been good. I'll be gobsmacked. Once he ticks the metrics for the kilometres in his match fitness, he will not be at VFL level very long. Plants, who do I want in the draft? I'm thinking Lindsay's a must. If we're taking, there's Taj. Oh, who stole that from him? The dick, whoever that was. If I'm taking 2 picks in the draft, I'm taking Lindsay and Hibbins-Hargreaves is who I would take. I think we've got a few sharp types already. I'm not sure he'll still be there at our pick anyway. But based on needs, we do need a Lindsay type with a quality bit of ball use off halfback. And Hibbins-Hargreaves is another, to me, he's another Hotton variation, which is only going to be a good thing. Taj is trying to get himself through this contest here to get a shot on goal. Statistically, most valuable play today, 100% CJ halfbacks are hugely valuable. Oh, damn it, got tackled. Every team needs quality halfbacks, and this is why it's been really impressive Sam Banks is obviously really taking his game to a new level, which has been good. And we need that to keep going. Colleen has not had a great day today. I think he's had 1 disposal, 7 hit outs. There's been some games I've really liked what he's done. There's been other games that he's like today where he's not done too much. As Eleanor sidesteps, gets it inside 50. Oh, we have to do better there. Street with a long bomb. Oh, I reckon that's touched. Oh, goal. Shit. Good goal. I thought that might have been touched on the line, but we'll take it. 18 minutes gone in the last quarter. Hotton. I agree, CJ. That is a crazy half of football from him. Up to 13 disposals now. Geez, I'll tell you what, my prediction's been not half bad. I've gone with 15. Dave says, Sharp if he's there at our second pick if we have 2 picks. Like, Sharp's done really well in this under-18 carnival. I just don't know if we've got too many players similar. Oh, I know that's a really extraordinary call to make. But I still think Lindsay still feels like a need, like a bigger need. I wouldn't be upset getting Sharp, don't get me wrong. And like you see the Sharp and Callaway connection as well in the champs, and maybe we can replicate it at AFL level. Lindsay's speed's not too bad. I don't think he's like blistering, but he's not too bad. Appreciate the love and support, guys. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Hit like on the video as well. We're at 47 likes. Let's try and get it to 80 odd. The VFL boys, I know they're probably going to go down here, but it's been a good Taj Hotton love fest. Oh, is that Tyler Young? Just with a little bit of a burst of speed out the back line. As the cameraman loses focus again. To be fair, they've had a better middle period of the game, the cameraman, hasn't he? Yeah, Lindsay is an elite kick rogue. Yep, definitely. Yeah, Grace. Like, Street, he seems like a really big spiritual leader, doesn't he, for the VFL team? When you sort of hear the interviews with Jake Batchelor and people like that, there is never, ever any hesitation about Street being the leader or taking them forward and whatnot. If you thought I was a Taj enough, you wait till we see Jasper Alga play later this afternoon. Your next level. Where does Cody Walker play? What's our odds on getting him? Do we need to plan this year to accumulate points? He'll play, I think he'll end up ultimately playing as a midfielder / wing half. Maybe he could be one that could be played off half back. He's a good user of the ball. He'll be a top 3 pick. Look, we probably do have to plan to have picks there in case. In terms of a percentage of him getting him, the father-son pool, no doubt, is a big pool, right? Like, it's a big thing. And if I'm guessing, I'll say it feels like Carlton are probably a 70 to 75% chance. But like I said in the video, he had a meeting with both clubs a couple of weeks ago, and he walked away super impressed with us and had wished that Carlton were more like Richmond. So to me, that's a really positive sign, that we do things a lot better than what Carlton do. And I just think, like, at some point, and maybe I'm being Richmond biased when I say it, that Bauer, that is rubbish. At some point in time, he has to consider what's going to be best for his football in terms of where both clubs are at. And the Blues are falling off a cliff very quickly, and I think they're getting worse before they're getting better, and they're going to bottom out right as the Tassie phase starts. I'm just holding my breath because Hotton's near the ball. And by that stage, we'll be 2 or 3 years into a rebuild. So I truly do believe that from a long-term perspective, we are a much better prospect for him than Carlton. But the father-son piece is obviously a big, big lure, and I can appreciate that. But if he does get to a stage where he's wanting to make a football decision based on what's best for him football-wise, I think we're in front in that sense. Oh, Blight again, what a mark. Exactly right, Billy. And even if we don't land Cody, I just like that we're doing all the right things to try and land him. It means we're setting up a good structure for ourselves and the way we operate as a club, and being, super impressive to all potential draftees or whatever is a really good sign. So I'm okay with all of that too. It would obviously be amazing to land him, but I really do think that pound for pound, if we're talking about future prospects, that we are in a better shape than them. They are so unstable at the moment, it's not funny. Thoughts on Dersma? Yeah, I don't mind him, Plet. I read that he had another okay game today. I think I read that he played in defence for large chunks and then actually went forward late in the game to kick 2 goals to get him over the line. I don't buy into the whole Dersma surname thing mustn't be any good. The kid can play. He's a utility. So maybe there's a few question marks on what position is he going to best play in? How is he best utilised? So I don't know, but he can play, and he'll definitely be in the conversation for a lot of clubs in that top 5. Hotton's around here somewhere, or has he gone off? Blight is having a blinder. So Jacob Blight is up to 25 disposals, 14 marks. So again, this is now his 5th game in a row that he's had over 20 disposals and had 10 plus marks. They are extraordinary numbers. And you cannot ignore those numbers. But the question is, how do you get him into the side? And I'll die on this hill. This is why I'm not totally against him playing as a forward. I know he's not going to get 25 and 14 marks playing as a forward, but he's going to compete really strongly in the air. But Lafau, I'm equally as happy for Lafau to do that. But Jesus, Blight. If nothing else, he's looking like a really attractive prospect for someone. That can't be 15. 24 minutes gone in the last quarter here. And like shit games like yesterday for Carlton, Dave must play a small part. No, Bauer, he's had a stinker today, Ben, hasn't he? 3 behinds, whatever it is. He's not had a good one. I appreciate that, CJ. Smash the like button. G'day, Andrew. Oh, mate, he's been good. I'm not even joking. I'm not being facetious. He's been good. He didn't play the first quarter. Played a minimal amount of the second quarter, decent amount of the third, and a little bit of the last. So probably about half a game in total. He's currently on 13 disposals, 3 marks, 2 tackles. His inside 50s have been good. He set up 2 goals, or 1 goal and 1 behind. The other person, I think, Bauer missed. A couple of really nice half-volley pickups. He was involved in a chain of 4 possessions that started. He started it in our defensive 50 and sprinted all the way up to the forward line, getting involved in handball chains and kicking chains. Weaved in and out of traffic a few times, makes smart decisions. I think he was leading the way for inside 50s at one point for the game. He's been good. I don't think he'll come back onto the ground now. I think his time is probably done, but he's been good. Yeah, exactly right, Billy. Like, we might not win many games AFL level. We all knew that, but it's just going to be exciting to see all these young kids develop. And even the VFL, I would say that this year has been the most excitement around our VFL side that I've ever seen for some time. And that's just because of all the young kids that are coming through. It's a big developmental phase. It's exciting. It's a bit of a roller coaster, but yeah, that's why I would have Lafau or Blight up there, J Tiger, just for that extra physical presence. But no, Blight very good with not much game time. Blight was very good too, but Hotton very good. Blight's too good for VFL. I agree, Samuel. The longer it kind of goes on, and like I said, if we do seriously enter the race for Harley Reid from a trade perspective, you would have to assume that he will be a name that pops up. Not saying straight swap, but that might be involved in the deal. Yeah, and the quality of touches as well, Andrew, is what's been impressive. Like, they're not just been bullshit blast kicks or whatever. Like, they've all been quality. I wouldn't be surprised if he was at about 85 to 90%, maybe higher. I don't know whether the website will tell us disposal efficiency or not, but he would be relatively high, I would think. Hotton more disposals than MRJ and Trezise in half game time. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he's definitely found the ball. What would be a good result for the seniors today? I mean, a win would be nice, wouldn't it? But no, realistically, after I did that final thoughts video and had a look at all those stats with the contested possession, the clearances, the stoppages, and just how much the Bulldogs dominate in that space compared to where we're at, it kind of feels like if we can keep it under 35 or 40 points, we will have done extremely well. But I would love, this is the real doomsday side of me, but we need to avoid a 100-point loss where possible. But I just feel that the class difference in those key areas might be too much over a 4-quarter game. What does everyone else think for the senior game? I feel bad saying that we're probably going to lose because we've said that before and we've won. But what's everyone's realistic expectation of the senior game and what would be a pass mark? And a 4-quarter effort. Yeah, Thomas Taj kicking to the forwards did make it easier for sure. For sure. Still, Hotton's looking very good. Very limited game time, but he's already racked up 13 disposals and been very, very handy. So I don't think he'll be out there for the remainder of this game, but he's done very well. We're very impressed. As Kalina is down. I'm not sure what's happened. It seems like a bad arm or a shoulder. Hopefully nothing too bad. Does look at a lot of discomfort though, doesn't he? Trainer 5 goals. I desperately need Trainer to get a goal, don't we? If we break 50 points, you'll tell you that's probably not a bad call either, Andrew. Yeah, Forcett's had an okay game today, Nuclear. It's probably been difficult for the forwards. I say okay, like I know he's only had 4 disposals, but he's fought well. He's kicked 2 goals. It's been a bit of a dirty day in terms of forward delivery. I'd like to see him up doing some more ruck work around the ground as well, which might be interesting, but I like that he's backed himself in with extending the contract to make an impression. Yeah, apparently he's 6'2", Scotty. Definitely a bit taller than I thought as well. I know, Dave. I was the same. Like the Gold Coast, it just didn't look like that we would get anywhere near them on paper and on form. But yeah, here we are. We obviously knocked them off. True, Billy, that we probably do play our best footy when no one gives us a chance. It can sometimes be the beauty of playing with no fear or no concern, that you can just kind of have a bit of a free hit at it. But yeah, this is getting ugly now. I'm not sure if I've missed any of their score. No, not good. 30 minutes gone, long quarter. Oh, he's missed. But just looking forward to Jasper doing his thing. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Later on today. I think it's the first time I've sneezed on stream. There you go. Well, final siren's gone. I think Blight just got another disposal in time. And look, some of Jacob Blight's disposals have obviously been from kickouts too, which skews it a little bit. But we look at the stat sheet. Lockie Street led the way, 27 disposals. Jacob Blight, second best disposals, 26. Some of them are kickouts, fair enough. 14 marks though, 14 marks. Jesus, that's impressive. Lockie Wilson, 25 touches. Harry Scott, 25. Austin Johnson, 23. Tyler Young, 21. Liam George, 20. Cozzy, 17. Mackenzie, 16. Taj Hotton, 13 disposals, 3 marks, 2 tackles. Very, very impressive debut game from Taj. I can probably bring that over to this screen now. Who's next? Elnor, 13 touches. Trezise, 12. Morris, 12. Yeah, you know what? Even though Morris only had 12, thank you for all the bless yous in chat. Even though Morris only had 12 touches, 7 tackles, 4 clearances, I thought he had an okay game. I thought he worked really hard and was creating a lot of pressure, but it was just our forward entries were shocking. I'm not sure if the stats, if they keep a lot of these. We had 54 inside 50s. Clearances we lost. Does it give us any other in-depth stats? Probably not. No, it doesn't. That's annoying. But no, it was all about, the second half was all about the lack of quality on the inside 50s that we had, which unfortunately gave our forwards next to no chance of scoring. So hopefully that's not a trend that we see this afternoon, because we do need to make the most of our chances, given that the Bulldogs, I think, ranked number 1 in AFL for inside 50s, and we're number 17, I think. So we need to make the most of it. Billy says, Jacob Blight's wasted. Yeah, I know. Peter's got to keep it man-on-man against the Bulldogs. Yeah, I see a lot of people call for man-on-man. We probably don't see it a lot, do we? It just doesn't tend to happen very much in footy anymore. But yeah, I can definitely understand there's some learnings to be had with playing man-on-man, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure whether we'll see it or not. So anyway, I'm probably going to go have some lunch quickly, and then yeah, we'll fire the stream back up for the main game. So if anyone's keen to watch along for the main game, feel free to tune in at about, what time's the game start? Is it 3:20? We'll double check that. Okay, make sure I get my timings right. Cool. So the game starts at 3:20. So we'll probably jump back on at like 10 past 3 or 3:15, something like that. The Suns are beating Gold Coast. The Suns are beating the Giants at the moment, 55-33. There we go. But yeah, huge thanks to everybody for dropping by for the VFL game. Taj Hotton, huge success for your first game, mate. Half of football and absolutely lit it up. I don't say that very lightly. He was very, very good. So an exciting debut for him. And now we get to see Jasper Alger in the ones. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, folks. It helps us out massively. We're on the way to 3,400. We'll be back at about 3:15, so keep an eye out. I'll try and get the show scheduled shortly, so that way you can just hit the remind me now notification, so when it does go live, you get an alert. And then yeah, we can chat more footy then for the main game, which yeah will be very, very interesting. But bad loss for the VFL boys today. But unfortunately, yeah, the Bulldogs were just too good on this occasion. But the big story is Taj Hotton, 13 disposals, looks like a quality player. And yeah, we will see you in about an hour or so for the main game. Go Tigers.